थिंक वी आर लाइव या चाओ चाओ दोस्तों, कैसे हो सब लोग। आज एक थोड़ा लेट स्ट्रीम हो रहा है, ऑब्वियसली विथ व्यू टू एसी मिलान वर्सेस यूवेंटस दिस वीकेंड, द बिग क्लैश। Obviously Chintan bhai is joining us for all the Milanists. He's just on his way. He's just going to join in the next 5 minutes or so. Ajay bhai is also going to join us. पर तब तक मैं stream चालू कर देता हूँ यार, because there is a lot to talk about. A lot has happened, and yes, let me just see who's in the house. Hi on Football is here. Nice to have you here. Hello guys, I love your content. A quick question for you guys: will Lookman be available in the winter window to buy? My club needs a left winger, and asking how the situation is right now at Atalanta. Good question. Let me just see who else is in the house and quickly answer this. Phantom is also here, another Tottenham fan. Nice to see that there is obviously an Italian connection with Tottenham right now in the modern day. RS is here, the Milanista. Nice to have you. Obviously, बात करेंगे हम मिलान यूए के. Milan is on a roll. आप लोग खुश होगे obviously. अभिजय obviously our in-house Hellas Verona fan. आज रात Hellas Verona का गेम है by the way. They will be kicking off the Serie A, तो predictions वो सब तो करेंगे भाई. चुन चुन के लूंगा is here. Nice to have you, and yeah, thanks Deepu. Obviously for those. I mean, Inter on a roll is a different thing, but if you guys noticed, we made our first reel for an Italian club, and basically Inter के साथ हमने एक collaboration पायलट मोड पे एटलीस्ट चालू किया. लेट्स सी वेयर दिस गोज. So the story behind that, before I get to high on football's comment, is कि basically through the Serie A marketing director they reached out to us, और वो लोग को basically इंडिया में obviously एक market grow करना है, just like Juventus is doing right now. So they reached out to us, and we are in talks with them to see देखते क्या टाइप का कंटेंट बन सकता है. ये तो एक पायलट रील था दशहरा पे जो हमने डाला था. इफ यू मिस्ड इट, आई पुल इट अप, बट you guys can check it out uh, on Instagram. So hopefully more collabs to come with different clubs as well, and with everyone यार, यही तो गोल है. अभिजय का बैंटर चालू हो गया है, bought by Inter. I wish वो नहीं होगा कभी यार, but let me take high on football's comment. Obviously so लुकमन का situation यार, because before I dive into everything, simple चीज है देख लुकमन का. See, I mean, he's reintegrated into the Atalanta squad, पर वो तेरे को पुराना लुकमन so far नहीं दिखेगा, because what happened in the summer was a lot. मतलब उसको इंटर जाना था, उसको प्रॉमिस किया था, उसके शब्दों में एटालांटा ने उसको प्रॉमिस किया था कि भाई तू जा सकता है. एंड उसके पहले वाले समर में, इफ यू रिमेंबर, PSG wanted him, but their bid was only 20 million, so Atalanta obviously rejected it. And लुकमन रियली वांटेड आउट दिस समर, तो उसका रिलेशनशिप फैंस के साथ खराब हुआ है, मैनेजमेंट के साथ खराब हुआ है. अगर आप देखो, एटालांटा अल्ट्रास हैव स्टिल नॉट फॉरगिवन हिम. लाइक एवरी मैच और एवरी नॉन मैच डे, दे पुट आउट बैनर्स आउटसाइड द ट्रेनिंग सेंटर सेइंग दैट they call him a traitor, saying that he should not be playing for the club. And you can say unka dissatisfaction is justified. But yeah, I mean, I won't be surprised if he's on the market in January, because at the end of the day उसको पहले 2-3 मैच डे बाहर बिठाया, फिर री इंटीग्रेट किया है. मतलब यूरिच, इवान यूरिच जो एटालांटा का हेड कोच है, उसने भी पब्लिकली बोला था कि first he needs to start kind of getting into the mood and respecting the jersey shirt, as they say in Italy, respecting the club, then he will be reintegrated. और फाइनली वो 2-3 हफ्तों के बाद उसको रीइंटीग्रेट किया टीम में. एंड अब वो किस टाइप का फॉर्म पकड़ेगा, नोबडी नोज. एटालांटा इज डूइंग वेल राइट नाउ. एक्चुअली अगर आप देखो तो चैंपियंस लीग में भी वो लोग ने कमबैक विन किया. They beat their Champions League arch rivals Club Brugge, and they are still unbeaten in the Serie A. So Lukman interesting सा गया, because दूसरे players भी अच्छा कर रहे हैं यार अभी. मतलब finally Charles de Ketelaere is in form, Nikola Krstovic जो उनका striker है is getting form, but Lukman at the end of the day has that quality, and उसको replace करना आसान बात नहीं है. So it depends on what Atalanta plan in January as well, because उनका जो market था वो fully satisfactory नहीं था. They could have done a bit more. Ivan Juric wanted more. So now the question mark is, Ivan Juric, will he be able to revive Lukman like last season and the season, all these past seasons? If not, then I think he's gone in January basically. And as far as Spurs is considered, do I see him as a proper fit? It's tough here, because honestly मैं बोलूँ ना, वो out and out left winger नहीं है. Honestly, high on football, like he's not like an out and out left winger. I consider him more of like an inside forward, but more in that support role behind the striker. I'll be very honest with you. That's why Inter wanted him. That's why we wanted him badly, because we didn't. He can play out wide, but अगर तुम्हें out and out winger चाहिए, तो I wouldn't say Lukman is an out and out winger. Although उसमें वो quality है out of nowhere कुछ भी create करने की, He's changed as a player. He's not like his Leipzig or Premier League days anymore. He's come a long way. African Player of the Year भी जीत चुका है, बहुत सारी चीजें जीत चुका है. So under Thomas Frank, basis what I have watched of Spurs as well, I think he could fit in. But अगर like एकदम आप मतलब again, you can't expect him to be an out and out left winger. Basically, is my opinion, is where I stand. But again, guys, if you have more comments, keep commenting, please. Chintan Bhai is just joining. We need to start the Milan UA preview as well. Spalletti linked with UA. I saw brief links, but honestly, यार ये बहुत honestly I don't know यार, like this is very weird. Like I Tudor के साथ they should stick. Like I know draw हो रहे Juventus के, but they should stick to him. Made a reel on Hakan and releasing it tomorrow. Sure, definitely. I think you messaged us, right? So definitely let us know whenever you drop it. Mihir is here, Milanista Ciao Ciao from top of the table. Of course, Milan fans के मजे चल रहे, अच्छी बात है. Kurstovic has replaced, you can say that, but he's also replaced Retegi, na Deepu, like main striker. Yeah, again, just before now, I'll start with predictions. I'll take a few comments and we'll just look into what happened in the past, take some predictions. Chintan Bhai is just about to join. But update on Serie A broadcast, unfortunately, भाई कुछ न्यूज़ नहीं है. मैं ऑनेस्टली मैं बोल के थक गया हूँ. हम लोग हर हफ्ते ऑलमोस्ट हर ऑल्टरनेट डे सेरिया ऑफिशियल्स को मैसेज करते हैं. वी हैव अ डायरेक्ट लाइन टू देम, whether it's Instagram, whether it's WhatsApp, we have a direct line. Unfortunately, we are not getting any responses. हम लोग नए कॉन्टैक्ट्स निकाल रहे हैं, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. एंड वो डजोन के साथ जो हुआ, even nobody knows what exactly happened. I asked the official commentator of Serie A जो ग्लोबल फीड पे करता है, पैट्रिक केंड्रिक, उसको भी आइडिया नहीं कि क्या चल रहा है, उसको कुछ बोला नहीं जा रहा है. We've even now messaged Inter now that we are collaborating with them. Now hopefully they're looking into the situation, but उनको भी एक रिवर्ट आने में टाइम लगेगा यार. So it's like it's a mess. So assume कर लो कि ये हफ्ता भी, ये गेम वीक भी चला गया illegal streams पे. As always, as Ajay bhai keeps saying, मैं अपने WhatsApp, हमारी WhatsApp community का लिंक डाल दूंगा इस पे. You guys join in and that's where we will give you the links, because if I'll post all these illegal links on Twitter and Insta, हमारा account delete हो जाएगा. So definitely join the WhatsApp community. I'll post the link. Yeah, थोड़ा सरप्राइजिंग तो है यार. I thought थोड़ा रॉकी स्टार्ट होगा, which it was, but they've bounced back well. Same thing, Atul, same answer. um yeah, thanks again for supporting. Please do like, share and subscribe. Please do subscribe to High on Football as well if you're interested in Premier League content. Abhijay, I would say good but also raw, like a bit raw. uh, I'm a fan of the player, but still I want to see more. Chintan Bhai is in the house. Just let me get him on stage, guys. Just let me get him on stage. Here he is with his Milan jersey, and he's already frozen. भाई मतलब मिलान अच्छा कर दिया और चिंतन भाई इसमें भी अटके पड़े यार. ये कम ऑन, ये तो अलग ही है. बट लेट मी yeah, Santosh, yeah, I've seen you started following us from the very beginning, and I'm glad you've stuck around, and I'm glad so many people, like even Abhijay, वो troll बहुत करता है, but he has also stuck around for a long time. Thank you for that. Let just Chintan bhai fix everything, then I'll start predictions, because I'm sure he's going to be back. Indonesian commentary is unique भाई. मेरे को तो स्पेनिश या अरेबिक कमेंट्री मिलती है, उस पे देखता है. ऑनेस्टली मेरे को अरेबिक का कुछ समझता नहीं है, बट आई फाइंड इट वे बेटर देन एनी इंग्लिश कमेंट्री आई वॉच. आई विल बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट विद यू. Chintan bhai, are you there?
Yes. What's up?
Because for me you're frozen, guys. If you can see Chintan bhai's video properly, just give a thumbs up in the chat. If you can just see his video properly, just give me a thumbs up in the chat. Then we can start discussing all the calcio action. Chintan bhai is fine. So I think
मेरे को भी अटक नहीं रहा है कुछ.
fair, ठीक है, सही है. मेरे वो कभी it's StreamYard है. Chintan bhai, I'm tired of this platform. So जो भी है, but Chintan bhai, nice to have you here. Finally आप तो अब मूड पे हो गए, मतलब finally you have a reason to wear your Milan jersey on every stream. खुशी से
man.
obviously. कैसे how are you doing? Before we get into the football side of things, how are you doing?
Amazing. You know, it just shows that even after so many years, a football club can affect you so much. And Milan doing well means good times. So, you know, going well, and, you know, like, because Milan are playing well, I'm interested in watching other teams play. You know, ज़्यादा football देख रहा हूँ. You know, when your team is doing badly, you want to stay off football also. But yeah, I came in when the Uzun commentary was like, you know, Uzun का comment था. Frankfurt भाई, मैं तो बहुत biased हूँ. I love the player. Like, I know time है, लेकिन मेरे को तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है player यार. So
yeah.
He's
fair.
fairly young, but yeah, पहले गेम में तो बहुत अच्छा किया. सेकंड गेम में पता नहीं क्या हो गया, but यार एटलेटिको मैड्रिड को देखने में मजा आ रहा है for the first time. So yeah,
हाँ.
it's good. Yeah, and plus अभी क्या लग रहा है, Param, what I'm liking is with the whole Milan thing is that यार उसने लंगड़े घोड़ों को भागना सिखा दिया, ऐसा लग रहा है, with Tomori, Gavia
वो
and
वो
Pavlovic.
अलेग्री और घोड़ों की एनालॉजी सॉरी कभी बंद नहीं होगी. आई थिंक ही विल ऑलवेज बी
Yeah.
लिंक्ड विद हॉर्सेस
And by the way,
थ्रू आउट
I don't even know if that comment is real or it's fake, because I've been getting so many messages that did Allegri say this, that
नो.
this is the best
इट
defensive
इज रियल बट वो थोड़ा ना. या ही
out of context था.
he did he yeah out of context ना. Basically he loves horse racing a lot, तो वो horse की analogies बहुत करता है. So like Cortomuso was born because
Yeah,
Cortomuso
of
is like
course.
winning by the edge
Thin
of the
margin,
naked.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like he loves his horse racing analogies. It is what it is. Chintan, we'll start the preview. Let me just take a few more comments. How long does Tudor ride his luck at UA? Abhijay, let me start this comment and let me take this when we discuss Milan UA. Santosh, यार replay अभी तक के लिए highlights है. Chintan bhai also knows the disaster that is going on with the broadcast. It's just madness. It's insane. I'm just annoyed at this point. Yeah, we will. Deepu, ये ना मैं preview में लेता हूँ ये questions because your question goes in line with Abhijay's question. Again, Milan का title race, I think we should take in the preview, goes in line with the preview. So I'm starting all these comments. Shravan, nice to have you. Siddhant, nice to have you as well. Inter East in the house. Yeah, okay. Okay, Chintan bhai, you're fine. AB Coleman just told you Allegri destroys Conte. Conte is a kid in front of Allegri. Forza Allegri. But Chintan bhai, honestly, if मेरा भी वही prediction था. We'll just recap a bit of last week's football before we get into it. मेरे like it's just that मैं आपको बार बार बोलता हूँ कि Conte and Allegri both are not the same anymore. They have regressed, but the point is they have that certain level of quality about them that will always be there. And for
Yeah.
me, Allegri was always a bit more versatile and tactically adept than Conte. Your thoughts on that you agree with it, and your thoughts on the brief thoughts on the Milan Napoli game, because obviously you guys won. I know Napoli had injuries, this that, but still you play what is in front of you, and you guys won here. You guys won in good fashion. What do you? And obviously you had to obviously defend with 10 men, but yeah, what were your thoughts overall and your thoughts on Allegri being more adept than Conte in general?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think Allegri is a bit more flexible than Conte. Allegri का वैसा नहीं है कि he's just a league manager. He can be a cup manager also. So I feel ये है थोड़ा difference है. Allegri का team is a bit more attractive to watch also. मेरे लिए ऐसा है. So I feel he's better, but yeah, I think that Milan में उसको पता है पर that problem Milan का जो रहा है 2-3 season से is
Yeah.
that we need to not concede, and that's his first criteria. If you don't concede, you don't end up losing. And Param, ये जो games है ना starting में आ रही है after losing the first game to Cremonese,
हाँ.
he like not to lose against Napoli and Juventus is more important than like giving the title edge to them. So I think उसका approach बहुत सही था, and of course attack ऐसा है ना, वो मैंने बोला था वो मस्त घोड़े का जो हम लोग ने ड्राइंग देखा है ना, आगे से it looks amazing and पीछे कैसा है वैसा है. Milan's attack and Milan's midfield is actually fantastic, probably one of the best in Serie A. That defense has always been an issue, Param. So, but he's making them look good. It's like a well-cooked machine, Param. लग रहा है कि the machine के सब structure बैठ गए हैं. It's working very well for Milan right now. As of now, and again, Param, one game helps. We saw that with Napoli last season.
Yeah.
But you will not see Allegri try actually, even if we do end up playing Coppa Italia in the middle of the week. He will not try because I can see it, Param. He's building up for next season. Like we can't change them. By the way, just to tell you small fun fact, जो पूरा squad था last year, उसमें 7 to 8 players ही रहे हैं this season. It's a huge overhaul, for a team like Milan. So good, he's not changed his defense, but yeah, बहुत positive है यार. And red card was justified, very justified red card था. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, that was a clear red. Like I know, like मतलब एस्तुपिनियन का है वो थोड़ा उसमें वो नर्वी मोमेंट्स होते हैं, to be very honest, but he'll learn. I agree, it was a red card. Quickly, if I just had to run through last week's action, because a lot happened, Chintan, I'm not going to delve into every game. Milan Napoli obviously was there. We'll touch upon it thoda more. Let me just quickly, before I come to your comments, guys, I'll just quickly run through last week's action because a lot happened. और obviously Milan top of the table है currently. Roma भी है उधर, Napoli भी है. Of course Napoli का तो first defeat of the season था. So Como Cremonese happened, and funnily enough, Chintan bhai, Como along with Juve and Atalanta are still the only unbeaten teams in the Serie A so far. So and Cremonese play Inter and Milan play
Cremonese
obviously.
also, I think Cremonese also undefeated है वो भी शायद.
Yeah, वही बोलो ना, Cremonese,
अच्छा Cremonese
Atalanta and
Como.
Juve.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah. So but again, Como थोड़ा disappointing because जो quality है, you expect certain things from them. I think Chintan bhai, and you expect them to shine through, but
Yeah.
you have to give credit to Cremonese, man. These guys are they're here to say कि भाई हम लोग relegate नहीं होने वाले, हम लोग कुछ भी करेंगे survive होने के लिए, which is Chintan bhai, very simply put, typical Davide Nicola. Always that fighting spirit is there, and we are just waiting to see that proper Jamie Vardy debut at this point. And Chintan bhai, just your thoughts. This guy scored again.
अरे
He's just
भाई क्या सेलिब्रेशन है यार उसका यार.
yes, his
क्या
celebration is the
बाइसेप्स.
best. Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, it is. By the way, see, listen, यार उनका अभी भी उनका मेन पीक, उनका मेन आइडिया सर्वाइवल रहेगा. Of course,
yeah.
but I feel Param, all the teams which are promoted or fighting relegation, you have to ride your luck, you have to ride your peak.
Absolutely.
सबका पर्पल पैच आएगा. You make the most of it. They are doing this. परम उनको ऑलरेडी एक बहुत बड़ा गेट अवे मिल गया है, that even if they do
Yeah.
drop points, they are very safe right now.
Yes,
But
yes.
yes,
अरे हाँ,
Como
हाँ,
का
बोलो
एक
बोलो.
है, but I feel like yeah, they will also take time to
Yeah.
kick in. I still feel Como को भी time देना चाहिए. Too much
देना चाहिए.
pressure on Como.
Yeah, I agree. The pressure is there because वो मीडिया की गलती है ना चिंतन भाई. अरे हाँ, मिड टेबल क्लब ने 100 मिलियन के ऊपर स्पेंड कर लिया, चलो now they have to win. I mean, see, यार, you have to give it time. This is a club that is not used to playing at a high level, right? Like this in their history ever. So you have to give it time. So I agree with you actually on that कि उनको time तो देना पड़ेगा. Like Como is everybody's sweetheart club. I get it in the Serie A, like neutrals favorite, right? As we say, Chintan bhai. But
Yes, yes.
those neutrals, and which is fair. I'm not saying it's wrong. That's fair to support Como. But आपको patient रहना पड़ेगा because एकदम से मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि वो लोग top 4 में आने वाले हैं. Top 6 में भी difficult होगा यार. There are other teams that are far more settled than them. Like Bologna है, you still have Roma there, Inter there. I mean, again, this is your big teams always all comprised of more than half your top 6. So Juve, Atalanta, Chintan bhai, again very quickly. Atalanta, yaar, they are impressing. Like
In the
Kamaldeen
league.
Suleman,
In the league.
या कमलदीन सुलेमान चिंतन में एकदम इसको उड़ गया मतलब इवान यूरिच के अंदर यार. He's on fire. Like
Yeah,
you saw
very
his
skilled. Yeah,
you
भाई.
saw his goal. You saw
Yeah,
his
yeah,
goal.
dude, so मतलब skillful strike. मतलब proper पुलिस चेस गोल लगा मुझे यार. Quite a
Yeah.
skillful goal यार. मतलब
Yeah.
yeah, but listen, yeah, see again, as you said before, यार, मतलब because he's replacing Gasperini and because of
Yeah.
his bad spells at Southampton and Roma, Juric isn't bad. I feel probably Atlanta को follow up act बहुत difficult है. Anyone यार,
Yeah.
कोई भी होता परम to follow up Gasperini is going to be very difficult.
Absolutely.
So यार, I think उनका भी यही है probably अगर Champions League में नहीं भी qualify करे, I don't think they should be upset that they should aim for top 4 right now. I feel league पे ध्यान दो top 4 finish करने का.
या एंड ऑल्सो आई एग्री. देखो यार, इवान यूरिच को ना सबसे बहुत इजी चीज होती है क्रिटिसाइज करना. लाइक कुछ भी गलत होए यार, people will always point fingers at him first, but people forget that he's actually a pretty decent coach. And finally we are getting to see that. It's early days. मैं ये नहीं बोलना चाहता एकदम से Atalanta are back, but at least with what he has, certain injuries and whatnot, he's making a lot work. You had other results. I'm not delving एकदम depth में. Like Inter, we had a straightforward game against Cagliari, again a dominant sort of display. Happy with that. Obviously Champions League भी था बीच में, we beat these guys, your Slavia Praha.
Slavia Praha.
Yeah, 3-0, but unfortunately downside of that, Thuram got injured. He's out for the next 3 to 4 weeks, whatever that is. Expected to return against Napoli or slightly before that, but a good performance. Again, आपने वो बास्टोनी के बारे में मुझे बोला था फोन पे. Again, another assist for him. Very good display overall. Can't complain. Akanji is doing well. Sommer should be back in goal. Josep Martinez started. So we play Cremonese, as I told you. So we'll be facing one of the unbeaten teams. You guys are facing one of the unbeaten teams. So let's see how both the Milan clubs do. Sassuolo seem to be back very quickly. Chintan bhai, finally, मतलब कुछ ना, finally they won with a big margin. But चिंतन भाई, एक किसी ने पियोली का नाम लिया चैट पे. And
it's very upsetting
this
to
is
see this.
Yeah, this is going
Darby.
wrong. And this is going, like, before you give your view, this is going bad. Like इधर क्या हो रहा है ना चिंतन भाई की, एक वो हनीमून टाइप रियूनियन था कि पियोली वापस, for those who don't know, Pioli used to coach Fiorentina before at some point, right, in his past, and उसका एक connection है Florence से. He loves Florence, he loves Fiorentina, and this was like a homecoming. This is a homecoming, Chintan, not what like a homecoming. This is a homecoming, And ये उनकी स्क्वाड, चिंतन में हम बार बार बोलते थे, built a pretty decent squad. If you see the whole team, it's actually quite solid. If you see the bench, you
Yeah.
have VT, you have Komuzzo, you have Richardson, decent players. Fagioli, Tariq Lamptey फिर से इंजरी होते रहता है, उसको फिर से ACL हो गया. Jeko है, Simon Som है, like look at this Kavilia. It's a half decent team that can actually fight for a top 8 spot. But Chintan bhai, look where they are on the table. Let me
Yeah.
just, if I'm not wrong, yeah, they're 16th.
Zero wins.
ये 0 wins exactly. 0 wins. Conference League में ही जीते अब तक, and it's like ये Fiorentina के problems, चिंतन में sums it up, right? They had 2 gems on their bench, Palladino, उसके पहले Italiano. They always talk big, but they don't action on it. Those 2 coaches left, and now Pioli is probably going to suffer the same fate. Do you think this was कुछ ज्यादा ही was made of this Pioli hiring? Like, you think it was overdone in terms of how good this appointment would be? क्या लगता है आपको?
Of course यार, ये नॉस्टैल्जिया था, प्लस प्योली वापस सेरिया में आ रहे आफ्टर बीइंग चैंपियंस विद मिलान, यू नो, सो काफी सारा था, यू नो यार. वी राइड ऑन दिस यार, पर ट्रस्ट मी, ये जस्ट इटालियन भी, इटालियन मीडिया, हम लोग सब वो कर रहे हैं. कपेलो वाज, however great he was as a coach, probably one of the finest coaches in Italy, but you know his career was over long time ago, but he still kept getting jobs. So यही होता है यार, you know, nostalgia, feel good factor रहता है. Purely bad, like, but it's still, whatever you say, not having a single win is still very surprising. And Pisa is a rivalry, it's a derby, it's a huge derby. So
it's a huge derby.
You don't turn up for this game, and they didn't turn up. They didn't. Pizza looked very comfortable. They should have won, I feel.
And Pizza got robbed. This was जो कल रोमा के साथ हुआ ना, 3 पेनल्टी वाला. ये तो बात करेंगे. इसमें पिज़्ज़ा के अगेंस्ट 3 हैंडबॉल गए जो क्लियर हैंडबॉल थे. It was absolute robbery that Pizza did. Like, they got completely robbed here, unfortunately. मतलब पियोली ने अपने जॉब बचाने के लिए पूरा क्रेडिट कार्ड खाली कर दिया, मेरे को लगता है एक गेम पे.
But एक चीज surprisingly well यार, they've become a European team. Conference League is their league, you know, and they're doing well. So I'm very surprised by this whole thing. Pioli नहीं था, plus it's a step down. Pioli is done, and I don't think Param he'll last this season. नहीं करेगा.
That's a fair assessment. Also, एक चीज बोलना चाहता हूँ before I take. I'm seeing a lot of comments on Fiorentina. मैं लूंगा. Like, I see a lot of disinterested players, which is shocking me. Like Goodmanson, चिंतन में एक याद है आपको एक टाइम पे क्या hype था 2 season पहले? It has died down big time. He's absolutely doing nothing. Dodo, चिंतन में attitude problems again.
Very skillful player, but very surprised he's still here. Actually, it's not surprising that he's here, because ऐसा रहेगा तो he'll not make that step up, you know.
Exactly. David De Gea, जैसे शिवम ने कमेंट्स बोला, De Gea saving their ass mainly. Again, Fazzini, Mandragora usually scores for them, ठीक है, but Keane also has been hot and cold थोड़ा. It's ideally, चिंतन में set of players देखो, yeah, this is decent for top 8 in the league.
100%.
Yeah, it's crazy that it has not worked. Maybe things will take time, but this is Fiorentina for you. This is like typical Fiorentina की भाई बस बातें करनी है, काम नहीं करना है. Wait, who has joined? I can't see. Is it Ajay?
Mitul FC is here. Mitul
Hello,
FC. Long time, Mitul bhai. What a jersey, by the way. This is probably best Serie A jersey this season for me. What a jersey, man.
I think it's one of the best Adidas jersey also across Europe.
Wow.
I saw two other.
100%. मैंने ये देखा था यार, मैंने ये डिस्प्ले पे देखा था. Adidas Originals के शॉप में ये ओरिजिनल था. It was a 9K. मेरा तो हिम्मत नहीं हुआ भाई. 9K is too much for Juventus jersey ना भाई.
You can't be buying it as a rival also. But all jokes aside, Mitchell अपन Milan.
I went to Puma store recently. I saw the white jersey of Milan. It was beautiful there.
I bought it. मैंने दोनों ले लिया. मैंने ये भी लिया.
I got the urge of buying it because it looks so beautiful, and the devil logo was going on it.
The devil logo looks amazing. So मेरे को actually मिथुन हम लोग ने start में जब rate किया, I did not rate it very highly, but after buying it, boss, it looks amazing when you wear it.
I would buy it with Allegri at the back if that's fine.
Yeah, but we will come to Milan UA game quickly. Wrapping up, obviously Roma. अभिजय तो अगर chat में obviously you guys lost to Roma 2-0 and इसमें अच्छा performance था actually. Well, actually to be fair, I saw this game and defensively Roma looked very shaky. Actually, Chintan, I don't know, you saw Gift Orban's miss. He missed a tap in from 3 yards. He hit the crossbar from open goal. He hit It was horrible. Actually, Hellas could have changed this game if they didn't miss sitters actually. So it was far from comfortable. This game, simple cheese मैं बोलूँगा, I don't know how Di Francesco still has a job. That's all I'm going to say. Like how this guy still is a football coach is
अरे
beyond me.
कमाड़ा ने जॉब बचा दिया, 1 more week.
Kavarda ने बचा लिया वही. It's just madness how Di Francesco somehow has a job as a coach. Torino, simply Baroni looks like he's going to get sacked, unfortunately. And Chintan bhai, just like Fiorentina, it tells you the flawed institution Torino are. I mean, it's just terrible how they are run. And yeah, he just Baroni जैसे कोच को आप यार 5 गेम में कोई सैक नहीं करता चिंतन भाई. Come on, like
Yeah.
it's madness. And
Yeah.
I think it seems like if he loses to Lazio, they're going to kick him out. So
Eventually,
and apparently De Rossi
eventually
sorry.
हो जाएगा मेरे को लग रहा है.
हो जाएगा.
Yeah.
And De Rossi is lined up as the next coach apparently.
By the way, Justin,
I feel bad.
Lamine Yamal is out for 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, I also read
yeah,
that.
insane. Yeah, like that. I saw that news. Obviously,
But
Yeah.
I think they rushed
big
him
blow,
back.
of
I
course.
think they rushed him back. This is what happens sometimes. I think they rushed him back, and he's back
Yeah.
injured.
rushing. You say speaking of rushing players back reminds me of Lazio because वो जो game था.
Rovella.
Rovella, oh my god, and he's out for a while and they absolutely messed it up. और because of this, चिंतन भाई एक बड़ा सागा हो गया. लाजियो ने अभी 3-0 हराया जेनोआ को ठीक है. But what happened is because they're so thin on midfielders, right?
हाँ.
They Sari wanted to register Toma Basic जो 2 साल से खेला नहीं है लाजियो के लिए, ठीक है?
Yeah.
हाँ.
और उसको रजिस्टर करने के लिए they kicked out their regular starter this thing Dele Bashiru. And funnily enough, in the last international break, Dele Bashiru was interviewed by a Nigerian outlet and he said, "भाई मेरे को लाजियो बहुत पसंद है. I love Sari. I love how he coaches." And then this happens. Yeah, and he gets kicked out of the Serie A list. This is a typical Lazio Chintan bhai. मतलब
Yeah. First of all, I read somewhere this is the first time in so many years Sari actually moved away from his 4-3-3 also because of the number of misses. So you don't see that very often.
Yeah, but surprisingly, Lazio won. Genoa cannot score an open play goal to save their lives. Like it's just looking bad for Patrick Vieira. और ये Patrick Vieira का common theme है कि second season में उसका dip चालू हो जाता है. But yeah, I think just your closing thoughts on Milan Napoli Chintan bhai before we quickly move to our future next game week ka preview.
I got a lot of stick. People are saying that Napoli were not fit. Conte got it wrong.
I saw that.
If Conte got it wrong, Bukima को नहीं खिलाया वो यार मिलान की गलती है. You play what is in front of you. Now I feel by the way, Mithul and Param, I feel his subs were horrible. When you have he got Neres on. He got all the strikers on. So basically, it was as good as 4-4. मतलब इतना midfield balance ही चला गया था. And I to tell you, I'll say it again. At any point of time, it did not look like Milan were going to concede 2 goals. एक शायद हो जाता, but मेरे को लगा नहीं मिलान हारेगा. I'm not trying to sound very arrogant about it, but it didn't. Milan look comfortable. तुम cross डालते जाओ, मिलान को clearing it. And Neres को जो भी shot मिला था, he was trying to curl the ball inside. So you needed a brilliant goal to concede. But yeah, I think that game is done. I'm pretty much excited for the next game because I feel like Juventus are a team which gives us more attacking threat. And my question, Mithul, is my biggest concern is abhi tak Milan are playing so well with the lowest XG in the entire like top 5 leagues. I want to see how Milan reacts if we concede first, which we haven't yet in a way. Cremonese kiya to haar gaye. So right now the tough challenge रहेगा because Yildiz and Conceição Chico looks in great form. If Milan concede first, I want to know how they come back, and again it's a great game because Juventus shockingly Mithul, shocking. मतलब I don't know, you have started seeing Juventus when मैंने तो lifelong Juventus को देखा है. The number of goals they've conceded till now, right now. भाई साहब
never been like that.
देखा. I've never 2 goals, 3 goals. It's unheard of Juventus.
I want to touch upon that when we do the preview. We'll save that for the preview. But yeah, I mean ये game में चिंतन में I think जैसे आपने बोला कि Conte also he would still figure out कर रही है De Bruyne और McTominay को कैसे एक साथ use करो. वो थोड़ा conundrum है because McTominay then gets shifted out थोड़ा even more out to wide.
एक game hamper हो रहा है. एक का game hamper हो जाता है.
Yeah, definitely. And वो एक conundrum हो गया है जैसे बहुत लोग बोल रहे हैं social media पे and rightly so. And चिंतन मैंने कुछ गलत नहीं बोला. You play what is in front of you. I fully understand नापोली की इंजरीज थी and I get it. It's a fair point. But ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई मतलब उस it has nothing to do with AC Milan. AC Milan played whatever was in front of them and still they got a red card. They held on. See, Napoli had a man's advantage. They could have done better. They could have pushed for more. So having to say, oh, Napoli had injuries, yeah, valid point. But yeah, come on, yeah, मतलब तुम Milan went a man down. Still they held on. And again Napoli should have defended better. Like from the first goal, Milan ने इतना early goal मारा मित्तुल, इतना easy
Yeah,
के साथ.
I saw the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I was like, वो तुम instead of complaining about injuries, you focus on probably seeing where your team went wrong, right? With all due respect, and I
Yeah,
still think Napoli is
that
the
is
best.
the problem with Conte. I think he just should need to accept the fact that you lost,
Yeah,
man. Like I saw
yeah,
the
and
post match and he's just complaining. Sometimes you need to, give respect to your opponents. That the
yeah,
coach also outmastered you in his own tactics, right? If you are
yeah,
a great coach, you have one of the best defensive coach in front of you also. So you have to give the respect to him also, right? Where it's
yeah,
due.
yeah,
So yeah, kudos to
and we have
Allegri.
Ajay Bhai in the house. We have Ajay Bhai in the house. He's finally here. Ajay
Yes.
Bhai,
Lots of
uh,
birthday
Post
wishes, buddy.
post
birthday.
Ajay Jayanti,
Yes,
post Ajay Jayanti
I
as
think
celebration.
I think we will see a certain spike in the comment section because I think everyone is waiting to ask Ajay only one question. I think वो नहीं I think
Oh
सबको
my
कोई
God.
बात करनी है like how Ajay
I
please यार
can't
let's
believe this. I
preview
have
सब बाजू
I
में हटा
watched
दे
it
अजय.
again and
wait,
again.
wait. एक चीज वो बोला था भाई बर्थडे पे हुआ है अजय भाई के लाइक ये बोला
नहीं
था.
नहीं मैं
That was
वो
the funniest thing when Parab wrote in the chat that it had to be on his birthday, and I lost it completely. Lost it
and trust
completely.
me preview Ajay preview review
I wish he would
prediction
have done a live watch log for this. I wish Ajay would have
मिलान
done a
यूबे
live
हाँ
watch.
या
मिलान
भाई
यूबे सब
This
बाजू
is
में
the
अजय please I
सही में
need
भाई.
5 minutes of yours just talk what you went through for those XYZ minutes
I,
Ajay.
I'm pulling up the club as he speak clip as he speaks by the way. Okay, Ajay भाई go ahead.
देखो
Go
भाई
Ajay.
मैं स्टैट्स देखा बाद में 1 in 15 million that are the odds of Roma missing like anyone missing 3 penalties, 3 retaken penalties, that too 1 in 15 million. So what a perfect gift that Roma gave to me. I mean ये काफी जो है चैट पे बहुत बहुत लोग हैं जो यार ये ऐसे कैसे हो सकते हैं, बट दिस इज
हाँ
पीक रोमा बिहेवियर. रोमा
Yeah,
आर
exactly.
मेंट.
कल कल
दिस इज रोमा हैपेंड.
yeah. Yeah, I know. I saw yesterday when it happened, Ajay, I said on our WhatsApp community कि maybe जो Serie A constantly देखता नहीं है, they might find it novel. But for Serie A fans, this is not new. This is typical Roma. This is peak Roma.
yeah.
This is
This is
this
peak
is
Roma.
Roma.
This is peak
Yeah,
Roma.
exactly. And ये देखो अगर आपने context miss किया before Ajay भाई continues, but yeah, before Ajay भाई continues, the
So
context of
guys, same place दोनों बार same जगह मारा था.
and terrible penalty Ajay भाई Dovbyk का दोनों.
Mirroring the exact conversation I had with Ajay in
Same
the morning
conversation. Same
that why
conversation.
I love Harry Maguire ये Jorginho
The box again. It was retaken and this time Sole, and you think Sole would
Peak Roma happened.
be, yeah, बहुत कुछ हुआ. अजय भाई का बर्थडे इवेंटफुल था. But before we proceed into the next week, let me just quickly just take a few this thing comments because
and
a
let's
lot
just
of people,
directly dwell into Milan Juventus after this.
yeah, I'll come to that. Just give me a few seconds because I saw a few comments about a couple of questions about something about to do with Milan, so I might as well go to that.
Start this.
Yeah, so Chindan, while the Modric resurgence is pleasing, do you think it is affecting Richie's World Cup chances? He didn't get called up as well. What's your take on this? Because this can be taken separately, in my opinion. क्या बोलते हो इसके बारे
No, I think see I'll keep it very simple. I know Samuel Ritchie is amazing, but I guess he's got a great mentor in Modric. But guys, in no ways you can bench this Modric right now. Look at the way he's playing. He's
Come
topping
on,
all the
yeah.
charts when it comes to stats. There's no way.
Definitely.
It's a long season, yeah, guys. It's a long season. Ritchie will get his chances, but it's a great. You get to learn under the best. So I guess it'll be a good learning curve for Ritchie.
Fair,
Also,
fair.
just to make it even simpler, what Chintan said, World Cup chances for Italy पहले हो तो जाए, then we'll discuss it
Oh हाँ,
further.
पहले qualify होना चाहिए उसके लिए.
पहले
By the
qualify
way,
होना
I was like, we
yeah,
are getting qualified. Are we? Are
by
you?
the way, yeah, by the way, the under 20 World Cup is on, and obviously
Oh
Italy
yeah,
is playing. I've watched both the
they've
games.
been
They
good.
beat Australia. They beat Australia, but the second game against Cuba was not a good game for Italy, but also some bad refereeing which
Draw.
cost
Yeah.
Italy. Yeah. So I mean, Italy का next game है चिंतन में against Argentina under 20. So
Yeah.
I mean, and Argentina are on top of the group. So hopefully for you guys, you win, and hopefully Italy youth can make a difference. Yeah, again, Siddharth Noah Lang, they care these him and David Neres have some temperament issues as well. But again, right now that is not a problem. That's where I agree with you that Conte, Chintan, by what you said, he's not rotating a lot. Apart from injuries, Conte is not doing much rotation,
Yeah.
and I think that is where he's at fault. अगर अगर वो रोटेशन बेटर करता तो शायद मिलान के अगेंस्ट बेंच प्लेयर्स थोड़े बेटर प्रिपेयर्ड होते जनरली. उसने मारियानुची को खिलाया ही नहीं था और सीधा मिलान के अगेंस्ट मारियानुची वाज स्टार्टिंग. आई मीन it's I don't know what to say about that. I think Conte has a long way to go still. It doesn't look like he can manage 2 games a week or 3 games a week, whatever that is. Uh, there was one more comment. I think there was something to do with Milan. Let me just find that quickly. Uh, इधर था आई थिंक कुछ तो मॉडरिच के बारे में था और we can start a preview. I'll come to that. So let's get to it. Let me start with the Juventus side of things because we've been talking about AC Milan for a while. मितुल तेरे से स्टार्ट करता हूँ. Obviously वो मीम्स वापस आ गए, ड्रॉ वेंटस ये वो एंड ऑल दैट, बट ऑन अ सीरियस
मेरे को परम कैन आई आस्क हिम द क्वेश्चन. मेरे को बहुत ही
Yeah.
मेरे दो चीज सताए जा रही है मितुल सिंस अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम, सिंस द स्टार्ट आई हैव बीन वाचिंग यूवेंटस. अभी द वे यू कंसीडर्ड बोथ द गोल्स. First of all, Mitul, to consider last minute goal like this, unlike Juventus, again, set pieces, Juventus were beasts when it came to set piece, especially BBC के time पे. And secondly, in the box, इतना space, the first goal especially जो हुआ था.
Yeah.
Mitul, what is there a lot of gap between the midfield and the defense? What is it which is making this Juventus entertaining to watch for the rest? But I'm sure you guys are suffering because this is not the wins you want. You rather take a 1-0 easy win. Malab, this is what my and all the games I've been seeing, there's a big gap between midfield and defense. So क्या लग रहा है? Someone not stepping up, or do you think what do you think is the problem here right now?
Yeah, I think this has been the talking point of our group chat also because me and DJY were discussing the other day. It's concerning, right? Like as much as it looks amazing for a 4-3 game against Inter, then a 4-4 game against Dortmund, but it's concerning when you concede 7 goals in 2 games. You're scoring 8 also, but we know that the goals will drop down someday, right? We'll end up scoring 2 or maybe 1 goal. So our defense has to wake up. And sadly, cute in that shot. Okay, never mind. Yeah. So yeah, but I think I've been trying to see all the games I've seen, and one thing I've seen is that there is a gap, of course, between midfield and defenders. And more I think is कि हमारे defender, I don't know, is this something being trained to them in the training, or maybe it's some philosophy the coach is following. We just sit back and we let the striker shoot. I don't understand why we not make that move, right? Like even
Closing down
against
नहीं हो
Villarreal,
रहा है.
closing down नहीं होता है. This is something Bonucci used to do. If you have seen in the last 3 to 4 years of his at Juventus, he used to never attack our defender. He'll always be behind him. He'll let him turn. He'll let him pass the ball to someone else or do something. Which I never understood that why you're going for a block instead always be the one going on the 50-50 balls. So this is one thing because even against Villarreal, जितनी बार हम 50-50 पे गए, we won the ball. Villarreal wasn't good. So
Yeah.
people who think that they were actually good, we could have easily won against them. They were not at their day, despite their having a good form in La Liga lately. But they were not at all good. We made some two very stupid mistakes in the game, and we conceded. And it had to be Viega, man. It had to be Viega.
उसका
I
celebration
mean,
भी of course.
legit, I wrote in my group chat, I swear if I concede a goal from Viega, I will lose it. And
Yeah.
right 2 minutes later, he scored it. I'm like, done and dusted.
But the
But
smile
yeah,
from Ajay's face बोला रहा है कि भाई तुम लोग भी सफर करो because every ex-player
yeah,
score against Roma. So I
Every actor.
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Even against us also होता है ऐसा. Di Maria मार देता है. These
It happens.
Lucilio
It
when he
happens.
scored.
तुमको
Yeah, it
Yeah, they
happens.
are both passed up, I think.
तुमको पता
Yeah.
2013-14 में ओस्वाल्डो लोन से वापस आया साउथहैम्पटन टू यूवे 93rd मिनट में उसे ओलंपिको में गोल मारा और जाके वो कर्व पे अपना सेलिब्रेशन कर रहा था.
Ganwali, yeah,
क्या जरूरत थी इसको करने के लिए? मतलब तू
yeah.
सोच कितने ऐसे घाव लेके चल रहा हूं मैं.
Legit, true.
Yeah.
Even
Before
Viega celebrated. Viega also celebrated. He did this and all.
yeah, वो
So
बोला
yeah,
because he
Viega.
definitely उसको
it was a tight snap to all the Juventus fans who wanted him back this summer. right?
Yeah,
DJ was
But
also in
would you?
extreme favor कि
he's
भाई इसको
clearly
लेना है इसको लाते हैं.
he's
So
clearly happy to
What
be
is
on
that?
his way out because
My my next question was that like, would you take him back? Like, I don't think he had a decent spell with Juventus. इतना भी बुरा नहीं
he
था यार,
had.
मितुल.
Definitely. He was very good. Matlab, he brought a stability when he came in January. Although he wasn't like very flary player, but he did his job. He just usko laya, a small stop solution you can say, right? He did that. But I think I would have wanted him before the start of the season. But I don't know, man. I'm liking this new version of Kelly, man. He's improving game
Lord
on game.
Kelly.
Lord Kelly, man. He actually has been improving well. He scored 2 goals, also assisted one lately, and he's been tremendous in tackling. Even against Villarreal, he was, I think, the best defender, better than Gatti and all. Right? He did his work the best. And I read some stat today of UCL. He's, I think, third or fourth in terms of tackles made or something in UCL right now, which is a lot. So I think I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him at least that all the hate he got, all the bashing he got. He was horrible when he came to Juventus, but now he's improving. So I'm at least happy for him.
I for me the jury's still out यार. For me इतने थोड़े games से कुछ turn around होता नहीं है.
Okay, I mean, like 2 months, but he's been good for
Yeah,
us 2 months. So
yeah.
I just had one question before we move on. Param, just last. What about Kabal? Like, when are we seeing him
no,
properly?
not anytime soon. People are saying he's not going to return at all this year now. So maybe
Yeah,
January. He
yeah.
got
Wow.
injured, so after 2 weeks, we are going to assess him properly. So he's been on a rehab or something for 2 weeks, and then there is a proper test and a operation waiting after 2 weeks. So which means
Ouch.
something has serious happened. And he was
Mm,
crying, of course, that day also. He went tears outside. So I think it's
mm.
done and dusted.
परम बहुत
This
difficult है
is the
ना,
pay.
like last season तो बहुत ही hopes थे कबाल पे, like I think he looked
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good when he started, but yeah, unfortunate. Yeah,
Yeah,
Param, you were saying something.
yeah. No. I just wanted to take this comment because I found it interesting before we head into it. Again, Hirendra, we addressed the Pioli thing. Me and Chintan, I think it was like I felt it would kind of work out. I mean, it's still early days, but again, what typical Fiorentina,
Who
it's like
are
they just
who are
they
Fiorentina playing next?
they
Inter,
are
no, Inter नहीं, Inter next है उसके बाद है.
yeah, Roma.
Roma, Roma.
Roma, yeah, at the Olympico. So
Very away.
yeah, away ki home hai Roma
Roma
ka.
away. Roma away. Fiorentina at home.
Yeah,
अच्छा,
it's Fiorentina
अच्छा,
home. Yeah.
anyways,
Uh,
Fiorentina's home is under renovation. It does not have that
Why,
vibe anymore. They just
why do
lose left.
you why do you think I'm wearing violet anti jinx?
Anti jinx. But nahi yaar, the Coyote, I think there was a fair shout. Matlab, the thing is, see, I see this. I just want because we will touch upon the Italy squad that is called up. Form पे यार तुम किसी को भी बुला सकते हो, but you cannot remove some certain elements. And I think Di Lorenzo should be dropped from this team, but the point is वो नहीं होने वाला है. That's the reality. Di Lorenzo for some reason is loved by every national, every
I don't know,
coach.
man.
Yeah, like he's loved by Gattuso, he's loved by your Spalletti. So मेरे को लगता तो नहीं वो कभी drop होगा in the foreseeable future. So yeah, it is what it is.
दुनिया
Uh,
में दुनिया में वर्ल्ड पीस होने का ज्यादा चांस है कंपेयर टू डी लोरेंजो गेटिंग
exactly.
ड्रॉप फ्रॉम
There
द
is
इटली.
exactly there is more chances of no wars happening, and then over
Than
Di
him,
Lorenzo.
than him getting a 9-star rating in any
Yeah,
match.
yeah.
Yeah. So we have a donation again. Thank you to Headshot Casey. Again, we don't really compel anyone, but appreciate it. And there is a comment says, "Will Napoli win the Serie A?" Love you, Chintan bhai and Ajay bhai. आप लोग ही answer कर दो ये. Do you think Napoli will win the Serie A?
Thank you
No.
so much, bhai. Thank you for the love. I will still put them as favorites to win the title. One loss does not derail their title challenge. So for me, Inter and Napoli are favorites to win the title still.
मेरे लिए
Ajay?
फर्स्टली अगेन हेडशॉट केसी, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द लव, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द कंट्रीब्यूशन. नापोली तो स्कूडेटो शॉट पे है, दे आर फेवरेट्स आई एम श्योर, बट माय प्रेडिक्शन अर्ली सीजन वाला, दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू विन इट एंड आई एम गोइंग टू स्टिक टू दैट.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Di Lorenzo's Italy का Jordan Henderson gets called up for no reason. Fair. But ये मैंने Mitul से again guys, I'll come to your comments. Just bear with us because obviously we started a bit late today. But Mitul, we got the Juventus perspective from you. The mood being कि draw पे draw हो रहा है थोड़ा. जैसे चिंतन मैंने बोला,
Yeah.
we're not used to seeing Juventus leak so many goals. But then this is the reality. You guys, apart from Bremer, don't really have a high quality defender. Kabal फिर से unfortunately injure हो गया. But चिंतन में मैं आप पे आता हूँ Milan side of things पे, forget the Napoli game, we already spoke a lot about it. But the mood obviously has to be great. मतलब we'll come to the tactics, we'll come to the lineups for both teams after this. But mood wise, everything has to be great because again, you have on paper quality. You know, is good enough to play two competitions, which is Serie A and the Coppa Italia, obviously. And so, yeah, I mean these two competitions, right? So
Wow, that was a. I think Param randomly dropped off.
हम randomly
Yeah,
drop.
पर परम को वो नहीं लगा आई थिंक या बट आई थिंक व्हाट वो बोल रहा था अजय आई जस्ट स्टार्ट आई थिंक मेरे को मूड इज वेरी हाई अगेन आई टोल्ड यू माय ओनली कंसर्न अजय मैं बता रहा था मिथुल को इज मिलान जब भी पहली कंसीड करती है तो कैसे रिएक्ट करती है बिकॉज ऑल दीज थिंग्स मैटर वी आर नॉट ऑलवेज गोइंग टू बी द वन यू नो स्कोरिंग फर्स्ट एंड सिटिंग आउट थिंग्स मूड तो बहुत ही अच्छा है अगेन I feel इतने early a loss or a win does not really change much. But boss to beat Juventus and last 6 to 7 season देखोगे ना अजय मिथुल Milan have beaten Juventus the most in the last 4-5 seasons
correct,
especially under
correct.
Pioli से हुआ था home and away both. So Milan fairly have a decent record and by the way just another stat the only team to beat Juventus 50 times in Serie A history is only Milan. So the only team Juventus again has an upper hand when it comes to records but the only team who stands strong against Juventus is Milan. So was this game I feel no disrespect to Napoli this is more of a what do you call it टेस्ट ऑफ टेम्परामेंट बोल सकते हैं मिलान के लिए बट अगेन अजय मितुल व्हाट आई बीन सेइंग इट अ प्लेयर लाइक मॉड्रिच आई गिव यू वन स्मॉल एग्जांपल अगेंस्ट नापोली आल्सो थोड़े टेंशन हो गया था 65th 70th मिनट में मितुल वो मॉड्रिच वाज टेलिंग टोमोरी काम डाउन लाइक यू नो वी हैव दिस यू हैव अ प्लेयर लाइक हिम in the middle and
It
Rabiot
changes
why he's only
definitely.
31 boss I can't gather that fact he's played forever so when you have such experience boss you are very calm like you know he can run the show मूड बहुत कम है बट मैंने एक ही बहुत पता नहीं बहुत एक डर्टी फीलिंग आ रही है कि यूवेंटस विल स्कोर फर्स्ट आई डोंट वांट मिलान टू क्रम्बल दैट टाइम
We have been good at home at least, right? You know, we have now finally getting the atmosphere back lately. And I would also want to see how Milan respond to first conceding because that has been kind of a weakness to Allegri at Juventus also in the last few years. He never had any plan if he conceded first. That was the problem with us. Like if we score first, 1-0, done and dusted, the game is ours. But what if we concede a goal? What we do next? Or maybe 1-1 हो जाता है तो what we do next? So that was always one of the question mark on Allegri. So I think that would be interesting to see how they respond to that.
and I think मूड के हिसाब से तो वो टच अपॉन किया बिकॉज आई थिंक आई एग्री विद चिंतन भाई की वो फर्स्ट कंसीड करने के बाद अजय भाई वी आर येट टू सी व्हाट मिलान कैन डू बिकॉज श्योर द क्वालिटी इज देयर यू हैव क्रिस्टियन पुलिसिच अगर आप स्टैट वाइज देखो वो हैज put up some of the best numbers over the last years alongside Lautaro Martinez in this whole league if you were to compare the numbers but we are yet to see that it's early days Ajay bhai, but your thoughts because we are yet to see a test for AC Milan where they trail and then we are yet to see how Allegri is to adapt कि हाँ भाई मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ कुछ अलग कर सकता हूँ and me and Chintan I just discussed this कि we think Allegri is a bit more tactically adept than Conte always has been so what do you think of that do you think they'll face that kind of a challenge against Juventus or do you think especially their attack here yeah
ऑफ कोर्स ये एकदम काफी काफी टफ चैलेंज हो रहा है बट आल्सो एक एडवांटेज जो मिलान के पास में जो लास्ट ईयर कॉन्टे एंड नापोली हैड इज दैट दे वर फ्रेश आफ्टर द यू नो the sides who they faced against they were playing in Europe so Juve had a tough trip away to Villarreal now they're playing Milan were fresh and Allegri is a master tactician मतलब उसको exactly पता है you know he loves teams who will come at them Igor Tudor thoda I would say he's a different kind of a coach where he will kind of like you know try to take the upper hand at home and Milan would love it like this is going to be एकदम classic Serie A ये थोड़ा देखा था when Torino came to Roma Baroni had set up a trap for Gasperini fell into it मुझे लग रहा है कि Allegri भी यही करने वाला he's going to set up a trap for Tudor and you know knowing Allegri knowing how much he's kind of his relationship with Juve he's got a plan ready so बहुत ही मजा आने वाला है I'm waiting for this clash I just hope that it's not that क्लासिक nil-nil चिंतन जो हम लोग ने देखा है with
I
Milan
mean,
Juve
but
इतने
Milan
साल में
Juve
वो nil-nil है.
has Milan Juve has a history of being a trap game, na, in general. थोड़ा
Because both
face to
teams don't
face.
want to lose, so थोड़ा वो डल होता है. But I think this year थोड़ा सा fireworks expect कर सकते हो because Pulisic is in form, Milan's midfield is ticking, Juve have been involved in so many entertaining
You
games, 4-3, 4-alls.
last
So
last year when it happened at the San Siro, we did our first ever meet up and watch along, if you remember, and we expected a better game, but नहीं, at least उस
वो भी
बहाने हो गया था.
वो भी ड्राई डे सबसे सबसे बेकार चीज था कि वो ड्राई डे था वो.
हाँ, ड्राई डे
Exactly.
था.
Yeah.
मतलब और अपन सब बीमार पड़ गए, आई थिंक उस दिन. मतलब
हाँ, सब
बहुत
बीमार पड़
अपन
गए.
सब बीमार पड़ गए थे, स्पेशली मी एंड अजय भाई वर इन शिट कंडीशन, आई रिमेम्बर. बट वो गेम,
मतलब
maybe that game
good
only
But
made
good
us.
था
but
like
actually जैसे हाँ बोल अच्छा
no horrible game, no daru, all of us falling sick, but still we had good fun.
boss, but I would like to brag out one thing, boss. But Milan fans do turn up. हार रहे
हाँ,
जीत
बिना
रहे
फैन तो
हैं
आते हैं.
I was,
जैसा भी
I
गेम
was,
है.
I was like, I know we did call the Juventus fan club, and I was a bit disappointed कि भाई क्या response मिला मित्तुल, like with all due respect, like it just
Yeah.
the enthusiasm, like as an objective person here being an Interista, the enthusiasm Milanisti showed, and I know there are Juventus fans in India and in Mumbai as well. The lack of enthusiasm Juventus showed was just crazy, like भाई
They
मतलब
Yeah,
वो तो एक
because
लगी.
they
I've
still
been
haven't
trying to write.
recovered after our tournament, the UA fans. क्या बोलते हैं चिंतन?
Sorry.
Twice.
I
हाँ वो है शायद वो रिकवर नहीं. आई थिंक वो बिटर लॉस टू
अरे यार, that
swallow.
is no excuse यार, come on.
but I have been trying to write them since long on Twitter, on Instagram. Like
एक चीज
let's
बोलूंगा
get the
मित्तुल,
page
that's a
active and
lost,
all.
that's a lost cause है वो, जैसा
गाइस
वो fan club.
गाइस एक छोड़ो. मेरे को अभिजय को बुला लो पॉडकास्ट के अंदर ही कुछ. भाई वो रैंट पे चल रहा है, जरा उसका इसके मैसेजेस तो देखा. अभी
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
but
अभी
before
ये
we
chat
cease, right?
ये chat
Why
GPT
not?
generated, ये पूरा
Yeah,
chat
guys,
GPT generated.
guys, I know why is this happening. तुम लोग समझ नहीं रहे हो. Because अभी इतनी गाली पड़ रही है आर्टेटा को आर्सेनल के लिए. He is justifying haram ball by saying my haram ball is a part of football, which is actually
भाई
true.
भाई ये आर्टेटा सच में वो वो बेन वाला डाला होना चाहिए. You think you have mastered the
He
art
is
of darkness. Allegri was born into it, dude.
born in it.
आर्टेटा बच
Yeah,
You
गया
have
है.
merely, you have merely adopted the dark. I was born in
हाँ,
it. That was the dialogue.
exactly. पहले let आर्टेटा reach the level of Stephen Constantine. उसके बाद देखेंगे अपन.
Yeah.
Allegri तो बहुत दूर की बात है भाई.
वो तो that is that famous thumbnail, right? वो जो degrees of haram
Yeah,
ball
yeah,
आजकल
हाँ,
बहुत चल रहा है YouTube पे.
I
That
saw
is
that, I saw
very
that.
nice.
But on a side note, yeah, DJ Bhai is not available. He's busy, so we obviously would have
Yeah.
loved to have him, but he's not available. So Mitul to hai at least. But let's get to the other side of things. Milan में सब ठीक है, Juventus में थोड़े things mixed है. Let me pull up the predicted lineups. By the way, sorry, I saw one comment a while ago कि why is Atletico Madrid playing Libya? They are not playing Libya. They are going to play
They're playing
Inter in Libya,
Inter in Libya.
which is, it has come out of nowhere कि भाई तुम, it's literally on 10th October. I thought it'll be in summer or something. भाई, why are we playing on 10th October in Libya all the way, जहाँ पर भाई already पता नहीं भाई उधर जाके क्या होता है. I don't know, like it's this proper self-inflicting wound.
But
During the,
Param, are you guys not playing them in the Champions League also?
yeah, exactly. That's what I don't like. Champions League में भी तो खेलने वाले काय को friendly खेल रहे हो भाई. It's so dumb, but whatever. पैसे के लिए कुछ भी, I guess. But yeah, exactly. पैसे के लिए कुछ भी. Well, let me pull up the predicted lineups, guys, because obviously I always use Gazzetta dello Sport as a reference because they always post their predicted lineups early on. And why can I not see this? Can you guys see it? The lineup.
Yeah, I can see it. Lineup नहीं दिख रहा है, लेकिन
लाइनअप नहीं दिख रहा ना. एक मिनट यार, ये गजेटा का वेबसाइट भी ऐसे ही साला पुराने वो गजेटा के न्यूज़पेपर जैसा ही है. लाइक आधी चीज अपलोड रहता है, आधा चीज नहीं रहता इस पे. हाँ, ये आई थिंक ऐसे ही
हाँ.
दिखाना पड़ेगा मेरे को. एंड लुक एट द इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेशंस, लाइक लुक एट दैट, लुक
They
एट द
will
इंग्लिश. हाँ, लाइक बाय ग्रेगरी केज, भाई ये मस्त नाम है. बट बट मितुल में तेरे से अजय भाई और मितुल में आपसे स्टार्ट करता हूँ यूवेंटस साइड ऑफ थिंग्स. I'll come to Ajay bhai first because मितुल से मैं मितुल को तो यही लूंगा मैं. अजय भाई, obviously यार, अटैक यूवेंटस का अगेन, टूडोर इज फिगरिंग आउट अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. अजय भाई, लाइक अभी भी एक सेट अटैक कोर नहीं है. ठीक है, चलो कॉन्सेसाओ थोड़ा फॉर्म में, यिल्डिज इज यिल्डिज, वी नो दैट, but there is either Jonathan David, there is either Openda, or there is either Vlahovic. Now we know that Vlahovic is probably going to run his contract down. Openda is not really performing so far, and again with your uh, sorry, कुछ बोला आपने चिंता में?
नहीं नहीं नहीं
नहीं, so with David also, I mean, he's still finding his feet. क्या बोलते हो अजय भाई? Even in attack, do you think? What do you think? Do you agree that this is the attack that needs to start, or do you think let someone like David start and give him his confidence, and try and test out and stick to that method basically?
I think Vlahovic should start in these games, irrespective
Hmm.
whether his contract is up or not. I think Vlahovic in these big games needs to start. I like actually Yildiz playing behind as a number 10 rather than playing out left and coming in. But I'm looking at Conceição and मेरे को तो बहुत he's such a tricky player. You saw he was very good against Villarreal. There's going to be a lot of excitement, for Juve down that right flank. To be honest, एंड मैं मिलान का भी अगर मैं देखूं परम, तो यार एक प्लेयर जो बहुत ही अंडर द रेडार जा रहा है बिकॉज पुलिसिच ही इज टेकिंग ऑल द प्लॉडिट्स अवे
I
इज
know who you're going to say.
Alexis Salamakas. I mean,
वो
what a
मेरे को लगा नंबर आप राबियो बोलोगे.
Nah,
नहीं नहीं
Salamakas,
I
Salamakas.
रैबियो रैबियो को भी अपना फ्लावर्स मिल रहा है मिडफील्ड में बिकॉज
Yeah.
रैबियो मॉड्रिच का बहुत ही अच्छा पेयरिंग है एंड ऑफ कोर्स रैबियो और एलेग्री का बच्चा है तो ऑब्वियसली वो उसको वो एक फ्लावर्स मिला है बट सालामाकस यार ही इज बीन आई वुड से अप एज गुड एज मॉड्रिच in terms of delivering performances for Milan this year and of course I've seen him grow over the last 2 years at Bologna, at Roma, and Allegri is a fan because he knows that such a good utility player. And I think he comes up in these big games, so I won't be surprised if Salamakers has an impact. I'm hoping Santi Jimenez gets off the mark. थोड़ा उसका भी डॉप बिग का जैसा उसका भी थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस थोड़ा डाउन है, मोरल डाउन है. He's a quality striker. I think if he just scores one goal, the floodgates will open. तो बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग मैचअप है. बहुत सारे मैचअप्स है, इंडिविजुअल मैचअप्स है, मिडफील्ड का बैटल है. And it's going to be a good watch. I just hope that goals flow and it's not a typical KG Italian chess match.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Predicted lineups में मितुल मैं तेरे पे आता हूँ. If this is the lineup to start against Milan, would you be satisfied? Look again, तुम्हारा defense, we know that it's not the most solid
yeah.
out there, and देख Joao Mario again, मैंने बोला था as someone who follows Porto as his second club, he was always like a workhorse and वो अटैक में ज्यादा बेटर था बट डिफेंसिवली उसको कवर लगता है. गाटी वी नो डिफेंसिवली अच्छा नहीं कर रहा है बट somehow he's scoring bicycle kicks. Kelly again, it's very up and down. There is no certainty apart
Yeah.
from Gleason Weber. Basically, it's very up and down. और तुम लोग मेक शिफ्ट विंग बैक्स भी खिला रहे हो, मतलब कभी कलुलू रहता है तो कभी मक्के नहीं रहता है. Like it's not certain. There is like Tudor has been unable to lock down basically his defense, just like Thiago Motta could not lock down his lineup. So क्या बोलता है तेरे को, ये ठीक रहेगा अगर if this is the lineup to start, if in this 3-4-2-1 as it says, would you be satisfied, or what changes would you make if you were Tudor?
I think the problem is we don't have like all players fit together. That is also one of the
Yeah.
problems. कि बहुत on and off है. If you see like Consegao wasn't starting the UCL game because he
Yeah.
just came from injury and he wasn't fully fit. उसको half में लाए, he scored, and now people are today only the reports came he is leading the race to start the game, right? So even though मतलब Milan की game में भी it was not predicted he will start, but now he's leading the race, which I'm very happy because Coop Miners have not been doing anything at all, and he's been wasted at that right wing. I don't know why they were playing him
Yeah.
there.
I,
And Fonseca and
I
Gildes on the wing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Once you finish, I need to ask you about Coop Miners because that's a whole.
yeah.
Yeah, I think people have run out of patience, but तू ये कर ले, answer कर
Same.
ले.
I'm losing out the patience. I have been very patient about him. The whole group now is trolling me कि Mithul is the only guy who always kept patient कि नहीं होगा होगा. It's never happening. But anyways, Conseco and Yildiz on both the benches, sorry, on both the wings might just be the right thing to do against Milan, right? Because the only confidence this team can bring is by Conseco and Yildiz. They are the two who will make things happen. Apart from that, I would have personally wanted Thuram in this midfield. He would have been a real matchup against Milan solid midfield. But sadly, he's not fit. He's training uh, isolatedly, like that's what the report is coming today. Maybe
Yeah,
and
yeah,
maybe not. He might just get some minutes, but he might not start. McKennie has been on and off. Locatelli had a decent game against Villarreal, but this three backline, Gatti, Kelly, and Kalulu, haunts me, man. They
yeah,
scare me together.
yeah,
Like they might be okay player, but three okay player together are not, great deal. So
I agree.
that's the scary thing, I think. And Cambiaso has also some, reckless attitude or at
Yeah, he
times.
does.
So this is
वो
something that
मैन
Allegri
सिटी
can actually exploit.
वो मैन सिटी का लिंक्स जब से है उसका पूरा वो एटीट्यूड ही चेंज हो गया मतलब इट्स
Attitude will change.
इट्स लाइक exactly he's not the player we knew he was but Chintan bhai just from your perspective before we come to Milan as the opponent Bremer for those asking Bremer को इंजरी हुई थी and he's working जैसे मित्तुल
Yeah,
ने बोला he's working individually उसका guaranteed नहीं है whether he can play against AC Milan that is why you do not see him in the predicted lineup but चिंतन में आपको देख के क्या लगता है बिकॉज टू मी दैट यूवेंटस 11 वो मीम के हिसाब से बोल रहा हूँ मित्तुल वो आता है ना लाइक सामने एकदम पॉश गाड़ी पीछे से खटारा लाइक लाइक वो वाला मीम आता है मेरे लाइक द मिडफील्ड आल्सो चिंतन में कुकमाइन इज ऑब्वियसली नॉट स्टार्टिंग अपैरेंटली बट यार ही इज बीन टेरिबल यार लाइक उसको खिलाओगे तो इट्स लाइक यू आर प्लेइंग विद 10 men 9 men essentially if you consider the defense क्या
definitely,
बोलते हो
definitely,
या भाई आई मिस कुक माइनस एक गेम एक दो मैच वीक में मैं मिस करता हूं कुक माइनस को व्हेन दे प्ले अगेंस्ट मिलान बिकॉज़ आई वांट हिम दैट बिकॉज़ एज यू सेड बॉस आई एम सॉरी मितुल इज बीइंग वेरी नाइस आई अंडरस्टैंड पीपल आर कॉलिंग फॉर एक सीजन था नया था लास्ट सीजन उसको दे दिया but now if he's
yeah
not performing boss you cannot justify this price tag in modern day football. I'm sorry, this is you're done. I don't think he deserves any more chances, especially he can come off the bench. But I don't think
definitely,
he deserves because then it's unfair to the players sitting on the bench who giving their heart out.
100%.
Like I'm not a big fan of McKennie when as a player, but boss, you got to give it to him. This man plays everywhere on the pitch for Juventus.
He works
So
hard.
it is very works hard exactly. So I feel it if I'm a manager, I would be very it's very wrong to bench McKennie just to fit in a cook minus because हम लोग ने 60 million में उसको buy कर दिया है. I'm sorry. Like I just read somewhere that this Kalulu never. I don't know. I've never been a big fan of Kalulu. So again, I feel Locatelli is a very important. But Thuram, yes, was very happy to not see him, but uh, he's their main. He's the guy who drives their midfield, and especially in the midfield with runners like Fofana and Rabiot to not have Thuram is a big plus. For me,
Yeah.
Yildiz मैंने starting में भी बोला था मितुल for me watch out for one player मैं 2 सीजन से उसका ही नाम ले रहा हूँ what a fantastic player but yes I feel this Juventus will give us space जैसे अजय perfectly बोला था I can see space for Milan so there are chances Milan might score but then you can't sit back with this Juventus but I feel Milan will get their chances again I don't know मेरे को I can't wrap my head around this Juventus team only like मतलब मेरे को Juventus का मीनिंग कुछ अलग होता था हमारे लिए मतलब Juventus देख के वो ई होता था कि भाई कैसे गोल मारेंगे उधर जाके और अभी तो लेकिन देख के लग रहा है कि यार कितने गोल मारेंगे so
And you know what? For us also, it feels like कि गोल तो खा रहे हैं मतलब पहले होता था कि गोल नहीं खा रहे गोल कैसे मारेंगे was the question to us. Now it's
हाँ
opposite कि ऐसा लगता है कि गोल तो आ रहा है every game we feel कि हाँ एंड में एक दो गोल तो आ ही जाएंगे बट गोल खाने में we are scared कि यार गोल
Yeah, but
खाने वाले
again,
गोल
it is when you see Param, Ajay and Mitul, the number of defenders जो निकल गए हुए डैन और हॉइसन का मैं सुन रहा हूँ उसके डैड का जब जो सुन रहा है अभी के जो यूवेंटस का उसको ट्रीट किया था मतलब यू आर लूजिंग डिविंटर इज आल्सो ऑफ कोर्स एक्स यूवेंटस आई थिंक
our
सो
player only, yeah.
a very good player boss
यार
he looks very solid and by the way just to
Koni
tell
de
you
Winter I liked him a lot यार Koni de
and
Winter was a very
Mitul
good.
in this back three he has played in all the three positions he's played in center में
Wow.
when Coppa Italia में खेला था he's played in place of Pavlovic on the left side and he's played on the right side instead of Tomori so he's played all the three back positions and I think he's Tomori's go-to man now so
yeah
as you said I'm not very happy with this Juventus lineup but again I think they will score a lot of goals but yeah by बस एक डेविड वैसा मिस कर देना जैसा विलारियल के सामने किया था बस ऐसा एक
वो
अच्छा
see
मिस चाहिए
मेरे को my only reason is when David flops is because my whole agenda has been against Jonathan David for years and वो Fabrizio Romano ने जो उसको ग्लेज किया था भाई मेरा दिमाग खराब हो गया था but I mean see मेरा this is where I come to just before Ajay bhai because I'll be asking you about AC Milan to start with then Chintan bhai can wrap up and we give the tactical battles and take predictions for the rest of the game week as well. But this Juventus attack, basically, जैसे मैं बोला ना, there is uncertainty, चिंतन भाई. There is Tudor. See, this is Tudor for me. वो एक ना उसका मित्तुल हमेशा फेस रहेगा where he will do well. Then those question marks will come in because he's just that kind of a coach. He hit his ceiling when he was at Marseille, when he was at Lazio, and that is his ceiling. He's not. He's good to an extent, and he can't go beyond that. That's just Igor Tudor for you. And problem is, मेरे लिए वो इतना रोटेट कर रहा है अटैक में कि ना, तो तुम लोग का कोई अटैकर एक लॉकडाउन नहीं हो पा रहा है, एक फॉर्म नहीं पकड़ पा रहा है.
True.
चाहे वो
Definitely.
व्लाहोविच हो, चाहे वो डेविड हो, चाहे वो
Openda
ये भी
हो,
हो.
Openda.
हाँ, ओपेंडा. So it's like, what do you do in that case?
It's more of
Either
individual brilliance. It's more about individual brilliance than some proper
Yeah.
goals.
exactly.
Right.
And वो
Because
कंस्ट्रक्शन
आ
नहीं है
जाते
यूवेंटस
हैं.
में. Yeah,
Yeah.
that well gelled unit is missing up top. Even like as you said, individual brilliance is saving Juventus right now, and it's like you either switch to a 3-5-2 or whatever to have like a pairing locked down, or a 3-4-1, but you have to lock something down. And I don't think Igor Tudor honestly वो करेगा, because he's always missed that trick of locking certainties down throughout his career. It's been evident in Marseille, it's
Yeah.
been evident in Lazio. For your sake, hopefully he will do that at Juventus, but it looks less likely. And it speaks of how confused he is in general, because तुम्हारा attack देखो on paper. You have Chico Conceição, you have Yildiz, you have Vlahovic, you have Openda. ठीक है, I personally have doubts over Openda. I'm
Zagrova
not
is
the
also there.
Zegrova is there. See, again, we forgot about him in the conversation, but again, he's there. He's so
And
talented.
then
So,
there's Milik in medical.
yeah, sorry.
I'm saying, and then there's Milik in medical. G
Yeah,
medical.
Milik,
has been there.
Milik, वो तो अलग ही भाई. But yeah, so for me, Juventus here, मतलब again a lot of question marks over the team. Coop minus जैसे चिंतन मैंने बोला, defense पे unfortunately injury पे injury. And Ajay, coming to AC Milan, this is the opposite, because you're seeing a team that is, I won't say just yet एकदम certainties के साथ, but at least working in the right direction to obtain those certainties, right? मतलब जैसे चिंतन मैंने बोला, समर में कचरा हटा दिया, ये वो एक अलग टॉपिक है. बट यू हैव अ सिस्टम इन प्लेस that is working. You have again uska bachcha Rabiot, Bartes-Agui also off the bench putting in decent performances. I think the biggest question mark is Santi Jimenez right now, more than anyone.
Yeah.
Pulisic in form. Salemakers, like Roma wish they would have kept him. I'm sure Roma, you wanted him at Roma, but क्या बोलते हो अजय भाई? You think where do you think, because we already touched a bit upon AC Milan, where do you think from the AC Milan perspective this battle is won and lost tactically for them?
I think it's out wide, like Chintan mentioned, like the way Pulisic can drag the UA defense away, creating space for those, for Jimenez or the midfield runners. That's where there'll be a lot of, I would say that is what Allegri will try to do. Like I mentioned, Allegri will wait. He likes when teams come at him. वो फिर respond करता है. And somehow he's managed to make this midfield of Salamaka, of Modric, Rabiot, and Fofana work like crazy. Even that defense, you look at it on paper, how is it working? Only Allegri knows. That's why he's such a top coach. Bhale uske methods are a little outdated, whatever, it is still very, very effective when it comes to winning those one-on-one battles. So, mere hisab se, Milan's danger player obviously is Christian Pulisic. It is Luka Modric who will dictate that midfield tempo for Milan. And the wide players, especially like you mentioned, Bartes-Agui, like you mentioned, Salemakers, will be out there to exploit that pace. And that is where I feel Milan will try to make the most of it. And one last note, I think Jimenez एक गोल मारेगा तो उसका वो फ्लड गेट्स खुल जाएगा. Just a matter of
I was just going to say, बहुत ही उसको स्लैक मिल रहा है बेचारे. I think he's get, by the way, उसने 2 या 3 गोल मारे ऑफसाइड गए थे. His finishing is top class. उसके runs have been top class. His finishing is top class. हाँ बोलो.
I'll make.
I feel it is just that confidence is such a big thing. Plus यार Tare आके बोल दिया था कि we want to exchange him for boss. This plays, all these things plays in your mind. He's just that one goal away. He did get a lot of chances. Of course, he missed it. But as you said, Ajay, मेरे को भी लग रहा है एक गोल मिलेगा. He'll open it up. But I feel, I have a feeling Milan bomb डालेगा ये weekend पे. I see Nkunku and Pulisic start, and I think Jimenez might be benched. So that is my crazy idea. I think he's going to start Nkunku and Pulisic up top.
Yeah, I mean, see, in that's also a possibility, and also with Juventus again, Kefren Thuram भी वापस injury से आ रहा है, so he might not start again. See, that's a big blow. As you can see, what the news says here, Tomori also just injury से आया है, but again, De Winter most likely to start, or De Winter is a player I personally have my some doubts, but again वो versatile है, वो Allegri के लिए थोड़ा useful तो है definitely चिंतन भाई. And again it's like Milan just seem overall a bit more settled than Juventus, and जैसे चिंतन मैंने पहले एपिसोड में just थोड़ी देर पहले बोला था, Milan have a good record against Juventus, especially at the Allianz as well. So that is something to keep an eye on. Estupinian obviously suspended है. Obviously there are some kind of ballots जिसमें शायद Thuram's might still start. Loftus Cheek का बहुत कम chances है खेलने का, but again Jashari is still out. Kabal is again out as well, still obviously with the recent injury. But I think we should take his game ka predictions and then we can predict the rest of the game week. Guys, क्या बोलते हो? I should start with अजय भाई. अजय भाई क्या बोलते हो? क्या predict कर रहे हो? Comments में भी, by the way, just please in the comments Juventus Milan लिख के score लिखो. हाँ, just score line मत लिखना. Sorry, go ahead अजय भाई.
I hope it's a 3-3 draw, but I think it'll be a 1-all draw. UA 1, Milan 1.
I think AC Milan will win this. I have a feeling 2-1 to AC Milan, and I think Pulisic will stand out again, and I feel he will have a field day against that defense. And वो जो Juventus का जो weak lane है ना, midfield से defense का transition, especially with Thuram not starting, he'll have a field day. क्या बोलता है मित्तुल? तेरे को क्या लगता है?
I think the game will end 2-2.
2-2, fair enough.
Somehow will escape the loss. Somehow will escape it.
And Chintan bhai, आपका prediction, where do you think this game is won and lost, or what a
midfield, I think मेरे लिए midfield है. Without Thuram, if Juventus gets overrun in the midfield, I think Milan are in for a comfortable game. I'll go with a typical for Juventus, for Allegri fans and Juventus fans and Mitul के लिए, Karma hits back. It's going to be 1-0 to Milan. I feel Milan might edge this 1-0. I expect an early goal. I feel early goal मार देंगी, and I think then Milan will shut shop.
Chintan, just for the kicks, I want Rabiot to score for Milan and Kalulu to score for UA.
हाँ, मजा आएगा. 3-1 AC Milan से semi goal.
Winter scores the winner है. He's also
final AC Milan 5-0. Wow.
5-0. I have been seeing his comments. He's been saying, "अरे thrash करेंगे, ये करेंगे, we'll eat them." Bad, but we have not been bad, and we are still undefeated, guys. Despite our drawbacks, we have been undefeated so far.
Juventus, Atalanta, and Cremonese are still the unbeaten teams in Serie A. Juve winning 3-2. 2-2 Gatti and Kelly score for Juve, Vlahovic on goal, and Pavlovic bicycle kick for Milan. Juventus winning 3-2, 3-1 for Milan. ये final का 2 बार आ गया. 0-0 easy prediction. By the way, ये possible है. Given the history of this game, I wouldn't be surprised if this is what happens. Yeah, I mean,
one is the most likely thing.
Yeah. By the way, on this, what I will say is we try, but problem है ना, Serie A का जो मैच डे होता है ना, अनलाइक प्रीमियर लीग अगर आप नोटिस करो संडे को खत्म हो जाता है. Serie A साला मंडे को 12 बजे खत्म होता है, where none of us have the time to record right away. Basis the time difference and everything, right? So Ajay bhai already has to wake up early, head to office just like us, so that's where we get stuck. But yeah, definitely we'll try to do that. Let's get into ये predictions.
Best comment Shivam का है भाई. Best comment Shivam का है. 1-0, 22% possession, Bartas every goal. ये हो सकता है, and I think this might happen. So
yeah,
we'll take other Serie A games. फटाफट wrap up करते हैं. Ajay also wants to go.
Definitely, Corto Muso. Yeah, let's take the other games. I've pulled those up. Just give me 1 second. So
I
we
think
start
again, Mitul वापस मतलब Monday night, Monday morning, Sunday night का game 12 बजे यार, मतलब I think it's the last game.
Set the mood for the whole week ना, कि कैसा जाएगा week हमारा फिर. We're actually facing Madrid then in UCL.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
We have very tough fixtures. So we have Milan, Atalanta was the last. Then we have Milan, then Real Madrid. Then we have Lazio and Como also coming up. I think some good games for Juventus, which will be tough for us.
Yeah, well,
Sassuolo, gosh.
Yeah, I mean, again, a very this is what this is what starts the game week tonight at 12:15 a.m. Obviously, Abhijay to chat पे होगा तो we do our usual thing. हम लोग predictions लेंगे अभी. आप लोग comments पे predictions दो clubs के नाम देके. Well, let's start, guys. Hellas Verona, Sassuolo. Hellas Verona still, Chintan bhai, I mean, not managed to win, and सासोलो ने फाइनली थोड़े कन्विंसिंग फैशन में परफॉर्मेंसेस डालना चालू किया है. दोनों टीम्स के लिए अगर आप देखो, मतलब फॉर सासोलो यू हैव इस्माइल कोने, यू हैव लॉरिएंटे एंड मुहारेमोविच स्टारिंग, बट फॉर हेलास, चिंतन में जब हमने बोला कि थोड़े नेम्स इंप्रूव हुए. जियोवाने जो है, ही इज प्लेइंग रियली वेल, बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट गिफ्ट ऑर्बान हैज बीन अ वेरी 50-50 प्लेयर, चिंतन में, मतलब लाइक ही इज बीन, मतलब वो जो सिटर मिस किया, वो परफॉर्म फ्लैशेस दिखा रहा है, बट ही इज नॉट रियली कैपिटलाइजिंग ऑन इट. क्या बोलते हो, कौन 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 जीतेगा ये गेम?
नहीं, मेरे को नहीं. आई थिंक हेलास माइट विन. सासोलो का उडनेसी के साथ जीत गए. दे बीन, आई थिंक बारिंग दैट गेम आई हैव नॉट बीन इम्प्रेस्ड बाय सासोलो एट ऑल, and I am predicting them to go down, so I'll go with the Hellas win over here.
Fair enough.
Last
fair enough.
week
मैं
सासोलो नहीं
going
जीता था. लास्ट वीक सासोलो जीता नहीं था, उन्होंने उडनेसी को हरा दिया. ये हेलास नहीं जीता है, उडनेसी सासोलो को हरा देंगे.
I'm going for a 1-1 draw. क्या बोलते हैं मित्तुल?
I think Verona have been decent. Even against Roma, they were decent. Against us, they were
They
decent.
should have.
They might just-
They. I think Ajay bhai will also agree कि रोमा बच गया उस गेम में, मतलब.
Even
I
we were saved, yaar. If you see Juventus Verona, they would have definitely
वो भाई,
conceded.
वो क्या गेम था, वो ऑफसाइड रूल आउट हो गया भाई
I don't
गेम
know
में वो.
how we somehow escape that. It's just Juventus luck somehow कि हम लोग बच जाते हैं. Half of the draws is our loss basically.
With that red card also should have gone against Hellas. वो उधर तुम लोग unlucky थे, but yeah,
वो नहीं हुआ.
what's your prediction?
That was. I think they
What's
will
your prediction?
narrow it 2-1 because it's at their home, so
क्या
2-1.
बोलते हो अजय भाई, क्या बोलते हो? मित्तुल goes for a Hellas win, आप क्या बोलते हो?
I'll go for a Sassuolo win.
Wow, Sassuolo win only.
2-1.
2-1. We
Pinamonti,
have
sorry?
Pinamonti, मजा आएगा if he scores.
Or
I think
Matic?
Sassuolo.
Matic?
Yeah, I've been impressed with even Muharemovic and Matic in the middle of the park. But I really want that Sassuolo attack to finally gel and start, because अगर तू देखा
Moharovic is
Volpato है,
also excellent.
या लॉरिएंटे का अब तक हमने बेस्ट देखा नहीं है, capable of much more. I just hope that they manage to beat Hellas. Hellas are Robin Hood team है, you know, they will pull up an upset against one of the big clubs and Sassuolo को 3 points दे देगी.
yeah, but आप लोग, I mean that's also there, and I think comments में लोग बोल रहे हैं 2-2 draw, 2-1 Sassuolo, 2-1 Hellas. Lot of mixed predictions on this one. मिलान के लिए भी लोग बोले 2-1 मिलान, 2-2 ड्रॉ, और शिवम ने तो बोल दिया था उसका प्रेडिक्शन. लाजियो टोरिनो आफ्टर दैट, दिस इज अ गेम वेयर if Torino lose, Baroni could lose his job, and seems like Daniele De Rossi is being lined up in that case by Torino. क्या बोलते हो अजय भाई, क्या लगता है? I don't know. I think it's not looking good for Torino, unfortunately for Baroni, because I feel if he's sacked, it'll be a wrongful decision, wrong decision at least. क्या बोलते हो?
I hate to say this, but I think Lazio will win this.
क्या अच्छा, क्या by a big score line?
Maybe like a 2-1 Lazio win.
Fair enough. क्या बोलता है मित्तुल?
Torino, I think 3-1 for Lazio.
3-1. चिंदन भाई क्या बोलते हो?
नहीं यार, too many. I don't think Lazio इतना stable लग रहा है मुझे यार, because Rovella is a big miss. I feel like a big miss. I'll go for a 1-1 draw. I think Torino might manage to save Baroni. I think 1-1 draw. I'm not very convinced with Lazio right now. बहुत unstable atmosphere लग रहा है.
That's the funny thing, right? Like they played a out of form Genoa, they thrashed them. Now they're playing a Torino that is in trouble. So वही चीज है कि मेरे को लग रहा है शायद Lazio कुछ ना निकाल ले, और unfortunately Baroni will lose his job and Torino will do what they do best, shoot themselves in the foot. I'm going for a Lazio win. I agree with Ajay and Mithul here. I think Lazio wins here. Sorry, next game is your sorry, just let me pull that, or let me pull it up on FootMob only actually.
Yeah, FootMob easy रहेगा.
या वो गजेटा पे साला इटालियन में एक तो आधा चीजें लिखी रहती है यार, इट्स अ बिट. हाँ सॉरी, वी हैव पार्मा लेचे. अरे भाई, डी फ्रेंचेस को फिर से बचा लेगा जॉब, तो मैं पागल हो जाऊंगा. क्या बोलते हो? क्या बोलते हो अजय भाई?
हाँ, but Parma beat Parma got their first win last
exactly.
Monday को.
Fuck यार, ये बट आपको पता है नहीं, डी फ्रांचिस को कुछ ना तो कुछ लास्ट मिनट कर लेता है यार फालतूगिरी। बट क्या बोलते
कमाड़ा
हो अजय?
कमाड़ा गोल आएगा फिर से एंड में।
I think I'll go for a draw in this one. I'm not able to find a winner in this. 1-1.
I I think Parma win, and if Lecce don't sack Di Francesco, then they deserve to get relegated. क्या
This
बोलते
is
हैं
what you
मित्तल?
want, Param. Result बोल, तेरे को
हाँ
चाहिए वो
Yeah,
मत बोल.
this is what I want, but yeah, it has crazy Chintan by that this guy. मैं honestly बोल रहा हूँ, just one thing on a tangent. He has to have some behind the scenes influence to not get sacked every season after being so bad. कुछ तो है इसका एजेंट का power. Like he's gotten 2 clubs relegated back to back. Do I need to say more? What this will be a hat trick if he does it. Yeah, like come on,
He's still
he's one.
living off that one Roma win against Barcelona. He's living that off for the rest of his life.
भाई this guy, he's insane यार चिंतन भाई. I don't know how this guy is a coach, but क्या बोलते हो, क्या prediction है?
I think मेरे अजय जैसे I don't think I can pick a winner. I'll go with a 1-1 safe draw over here.
क्या बोलता है मित्तल?
Kamada to the rescue.
क्या बोलता है, क्या बोलता है?
yeah, 2 draws only. If they've lost 3 games, Lecce looks miserable. But yeah, I think Parma will win. Parma will win 2-1.
Yeah, and by the way, ये भाई imagine यार, if Kamada keeps on saving his job, that'll be another meme in itself. But next is unbeaten Cremonese against Inter. Like, do you guys think Cremonese can, Chintan, by starting with you, do you think Cremonese can maintain their record? I mean, they have been solid to be fair, but क्या लगता है? Do you think that unbeaten record ends or does?
And then I think Milan had their chances. Como also had their chances to beat them. Unfortunately, couldn't take it. I think Inter अभी थोड़ा settle हो रहा है after that massive. I think Juventus game थोड़ा haphazard था. वो settle हो रहा है. I think Inter now cruise mode पे चला जाएगा. मेरे को लग रहा है. I
Yeah.
see a 2-0 Inter win over here.
Yeah. I mean, अजय भाई क्या बोलते हो before I give my prediction? क्या बोलते हो आप?
Inter win, yeah, comfortable Inter win. I think it could be like a 2-1 or a 1-0, 1 goal margin in it, but I think Inter should be able to end Cremonese's unbeaten run.
क्या बोलते हैं मित्तल?
I think Inter will comfortably defeat Cremonese this time, right? Inter is now finally, like Chintan bhai mentioned, अपने वो cruise mode में आएंगे, so they'll be cruising now, and they'll beat them. I think 2-0. 2-0.
Fair.
Keeping a lead is important.
I think we'll win. I think Cremonese, as good as they are, but I think it'll be a narrow win. Thuram is injured; he's out for a 3-4 weeks, as I said. But still, I think we should be able to win this heading into the international break, and whatever that friendly match against is it Atletico Madrid, which
पर
still have.
टेंशन मत ले. Now Thuram injured है. Arnautovic नहीं आने वाला है भाई. You have.
हाँ वो ठीक है भाई. कल
strikers coming off the bench.
funnily enough, I was watching Porto versus Red Star yesterday when Fiorentina's match was on, and I saw Arnautovic start. And obviously, he did what he does best, absolutely nothing. So that's all I can say. Comments में लोग बोल रहे, मीर बोलता है डी फ्रांचेस्को is definitely mafia. 2-0 Inter, 3-1 Inter. Vardy, please score. Yeah, I mean, I think Vardy, if he plays, he might score against us. Let's see. 5-0 Inter. That's too much. 2-1 Baskirotto 2 Inter 1. That's a good prediction. Baskirotto 2. Parma 2-1 win. Lazio 2-0 win. Lecce 1-0 win. Atalanta Como, guys. This is one of the highlights of the weekend because
Hipster game.
this is a hipster game, exactly. Atalanta unbeaten again, unbeaten team versus a team that usually surprises everyone. क्या बोलते हो? Because Fabregas is suspended for this game. He is not available on the bench. And Como do have a big injury list. I mean, Jesus Rodriguez, आप जानते हो, उसको 3 game का ban मिला है for a very soft punch. If you guys saw that, it became a big controversy in Italian football.
Yeah.
By the way, do you like? I'll try to pull a clip, but Ajay, do you agree with that? Ki maybe because his intent was to punch someone, the impact was less, but the intent was there. Do you agree it's a 3-match ban?
No, yeah, football's gone soft.
Fair enough. Mitul क्या बोलता है?
Yeah, same. Too soft now. We are getting cards and red cards for such things, which was a ritual in football back then. So
Yeah.
that's fine.
क्या बोलते हो चिंतन भाई?
See, boss, मेरे को ये बात है तो मेरे से बात ही मत कर. फुटबॉल अभी I don't associate with this football. What we were taught, जो core route जो मेरे को स्कूल में भी सिखाया था, we are going against that. So I don't agree with this football right now.
Yeah. So this was his red card. This was because if you see Jesus Rodriguez ने swing किया, there was not much contact. Obviously, there's no contact on the face actually. So you had see there is no
स्लो मो में it looks bad यार, but
no no
but I
Ajay
can't
bhai,
believe कि एक chest पे छोटा सा हाथ can get a full grown man, fall down so bad.
रेड कार्ड
it's not on the face. It's
ठीक
not
है,
on,
रेड कार्ड ठीक है, इंटेंट था उसको मैलिशियस ठीक है, बट 3 मैच बैन इज आई डोंट नो.
Yeah,
Hmm.
fair. 3 matches too much.
Yeah, big blow for Como. Big blow for Como. क्या predictions है आपके? Because Como do have a lot of absentees and Atalanta भी बहुत सारे, ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं है, मतलब the list is long in this game. क्या बोलते हो, कौन जीतेगा? I feel Atalanta will win this. I feel Atalanta Juric will continue his good form and maybe he might be the only Atalanta might be the only unbeaten team by the end of this week. यार क्या बोलते हो?
Yeah, even I'm going for Atalanta win. I think they'll win 2-1.
चिंदन भाई?
I'll go the other way. I think I'll take a Como draw here. I think Como will pull back. I think Como play good football. I'm not very convinced of Atlanta as of now. यार मतलब उनको यूरोपियन फुटबॉल क्लब ब्रूज के साथ of course they managed to win it in the end, but first half they suffered यार. So I'm not very convinced. I think Como play how they play, they might trouble them. I'll go for a 2-2 draw.
क्या बोलते हैं मित्तुल?
Rightly said, it's an hipster game. Quite tough to find a winner in this game, so I would also go with a 2-2 draw.
Is Ederson 100% starting?
Yeah, mostly he is. And I again, Chintan bhai, like quickly, just I want your answers in yes or no. Okay, just no explanation. Should Lukman start for Atalanta, considering that he's just recovering from everything that has happened? Simple yes or no, Ajay bhai?
No.
I think yes. I think he will start. I think वो है
No,
ना.
I'm he will. ये Yogesh type हो गया. Do you think he should start or not?
No, he should. He should. I think एक बार already हो चुका है, ये दूसरी बार है. Let's move on from it. Let's be professional. I think he should.
Mitul? Simple yes, no. No explanation. Simple yes, no.
No.
No. Oh, Chindan bhai, no. Yeah, yes.
No.
Fair enough. Also, just one shout out to Honest Ahanor, young kid, obviously playing as left center back for Atalanta.
Yeah.
Italian, brilliant start to the season. Chindan bhai, Ajay bhai, Mitul, like
Amazing start.
very mature display against UA. Mitul, तूने first hand वो game देखा होगा. Amazing maturity shown by him. And yeah, just a good signing. The money so far is well spent. Hopefully, Italy के लिए अच्छा develop हो. This is proper 4 बजे. Obviously, यही game होना है. Udinese versus Cagliari, Ajay bhai. Proper like
Nil.
Screen share कर ले परम.
Oh, screen share बंद हो गया. Sorry.
तू लिख ले. Nil है ये game.
Nil. Like it is only.
But 4 p.m. kickoff for Derby della Capitale was very disappointing.
Yeah, 4
I think there would have been more goals.
Security issues और कुछ नहीं.
Yeah,
we should have.
I think there would have been more goals अगर थोड़ा late होता ना. So I think
might have. Heat was too much that day.
Yeah, we've gone from.
I saw the game and I like. Let's put the mood.
Yeah, but this again. Look, Udinese out of form, Cagliari in form, kind of at least, even just losing to Inter. क्या बोलते हो चिंतन भाई? I still think but I still think this has a draw written over it, as Ajay bhai said. I don't know what you think, but yeah.
मेरे को भी लग रहा है this is going to be peak Serie A, so I am going for a 0-0 or 1-1 draw.
क्या बोलते हैं मित्तुल?
Yeah, draw. 0-0 draw. Let's go with a 0-0 draw.
Yeah. Shivam says another Mina goal and dance after a dance for Cagliari. Como, a lot of Atalanta wins 2-1, 3-2 Atalanta, 1-1 Como Atalanta. But yeah, again another player quickly to keep an eye out. Palestra again loan from Atalanta. Chintan mein another young player, Italian, obviously बहुत अच्छे form में, actually playing better than someone like a Bellanova right now. Very talented, and Atalanta
or a Di Lorenzo. Or a Di
Lorenzo. And sorry, this is completely wrong by Footmob. Footmob is high. Unfortunately, Belotti has done his ACL. He's out for 6 to 7 months. Yeah, it just sucks because Ajay bhai, I mean, ये लग रहा था फिर से कुछ form पकड़ेगा, but his body just cannot keep up, it looks like, anymore. So yeah, that's sad. Next, Bologna Pisa. I guess all of us can agree Bologna will continue their unbeaten home run, which they've not lost since 2024 at home. क्या बोलते हो? Do you agree or do you think Pisa will shock the world? Finally, Pisa win. क्या बोलते हो?
No, I don't think so. I think Bologna will continue to win this.
Hmm. Fair enough.
Same,
May
same.
same. Ajay bhai?
I'd pick Pisa for the derby against Fiorentina. They actually
They got
were
robbed. They
quite.
got robbed now.
They got
They
robbed.
got robbed in that.
They got
Yeah.
robbed. So yeah, I really like Gilardino, and
Yeah.
ये जो पिसा का setup है बहुत ही एक
अच्छा है.
difficult side है to break down. But I think Bologna
Yeah.
at home might just have the quality to sneak in a 1-0 win.
Yeah, yeah. Agreed. And also just one quick thing, यार, Bologna are disappointing me, Chintan bhai, in the Europa League. कल भी हाथ का game draw कर
Yeah.
दिया. Like
Seriously,
it's
man.
just, yeah. I mean, I'm not getting क्या Italy, and I know second season Italiano थोड़ा dip चालू होता है उसका बड़ा, but sorry यार, I am not liking what they did yesterday. They should have won it, and yeah, big disappointment. Keep an eye on
Are they
Ebenezer
the
Akinson. हाँ बोलो ना
are they the, are they the new Lazio disappointing us in Europe? Serie A को disappoint करते हैं.
Yeah. Another, just quickly, to keep a player to keep an eye out is Akinson Miro, Nigerian player, talented, very good display last weekend against Fiorentina. Ajay bhai, up to over to you. Sorry, your game next. Fiorentina Roma. Fiorentina gutter में है currently. They're playing terribly, like apart from the Conference League. बट आप नर्वस हो कि ऐसा लग रहा है आपका भी फॉर्म थोड़ा ये सडनली रैंडमली हार गए आप? नर्वसनेस है थोड़ा कि फ्योरेंटीना के अगेंस्ट कुछ गलत जा सकता है?
I don't think so. I think the confidence with Gasperini, he is a seasoned veteran. He knows how to get the team out of the situation. I think काफी कुछ होगा. I'm sure हुआ रहेगा dressing room में after the game last night. So I think the boys will respond. I don't think so. It's going to be an easy game. But I definitely feel that Roma will show up on the pitch. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win, a penalty, and Evan Ferguson to score the penalty.
Oh, penalty.
fair enough.
Redemption arc.
क्या?
Redemption arc. एक penalty पूरा arc cycle complete हो जाएगा.
Absolutely.
I also
Dzeko plays. Yeah, Shivam ने सही बोला. Dzeko is going to play against Roma. That'll be interesting to watch for sure.
Yeah, that's interesting. Also again,
Yeah.
it's not looking good. Chintan man means discuss this. Home atmosphere is almost dead because of those fuck all renovation plans. Whatever is, it's not on track. It is on track. Nobody knows what is going on there. Pioli, you never know. He could risk losing his job. Whatever it is. Chintan bhai, क्या बोलते हो? I still think Roma win this. I don't think Fiorentina have what it takes in this condition to beat AS Roma or even draw them.
No chance Roma win this. But yeah, guys, look at that midfield. I by no means this is a bad midfield. Look at that midfield. It's shocking.
Yeah.
I think एक दो season पहले I would have taken this midfield. I'm a big fan of
It's not bad.
Falcioni. I've always been very vocal about
Yeah.
very vocal about Falcioni. So
At least इसमें so it would have been even better, no? Add Adli
but-
to this bit also.
Yeah, probably. But that's the thing, right, Chindan? We discussed looking very disinterested. These players, the bunch of them, like everyone from Moise Kean to Goodmanson, all these guys. There's nobody standing out apart from maybe one or two players here and there. Like let's say Gozens एक or at best David De Gea. Yeah, David De Gea and Kean to an extent. यार उसके अलावा कोई कुछ कर नहीं रहा है. Piccoli
Ranieri
चलो
भी
कल
अच्छा खेल रहा
मारा.
है यार. Ranieri भी
हाँ?
decent है. I think वो
हाँ,
Ranieri भी decent है.
Yeah, he's decent. I mean, yeah, fair. Piccoli पे पूरा pressure है. 27 million spend किया. You know the story behind that, right? By the way, Chintan bhai.
Yeah.
ये
हाँ.
so Cagliari basically Ajay bhai made a fool out of Fiorentina. Fiorentina called. So the story behind Fiorentina start signing Piccoli is like Fiorentina called Cagliari to ask them about the price for Piccoli. तो Cagliari ने मस्ती में बोला 27 million. They just threw a figure. And Fiorentina thought they were being serious and they put a 27 million bid and Cagliari took the negotiations forward. They didn't think 27 million would be. This is peak Serie A, Chintan bhai. मतलब गधा बना दिया. Look, this is like insane, like Fiorentina. This is typical Fiorentina. But क्या?
सेम जो न्यूकासल के साथ हुआ यार वॉल्टरमेड के क्या मतलब कुछ भी कोट कर दिया दे दिया पैसा उसको मतलब वैसा था but yeah, I feel that a lot of players need saving. I think Komutsu को निकालो Fiorentina से if this atmosphere stays because young lad है he'll get he should play in a better club I feel. Yeah. You know, so मेरे को लगता है निकालो दो तीन प्लेयर उनका वो लेफ्ट बैक तो चला गया. He was supposed to be the next Theo Hernandez. क्या हो गया है? Gozens is benching him now. So
Yeah, exactly,
sometimes
exactly.
an atmosphere, Ajay, can spoil a player's growth also,
Yeah.
hamper. So
So
I think Roma, just make it short, I think Roma is going to be very comfortable 1-0
yeah,
victory here.
yeah, we all agree Roma is winning this. Comments में भी लोग 1-0 फ्योरेंटीना है, थोड़ा 3-0 रोमा है, जेको बैकिल गोल है, 2-0 बोलोनिया है, 1-0 उडिनेजे है, कैलेरी विन भी है, सब है. नापोली जेनोआ, वी हैव ऑलरेडी टेकन प्रेडिक्शंस फॉर यूवेंटस मिलान. क्या बोलते हो नापोली टू काइंड ऑफ कंटिन्यू देयर रन, बिकॉज जेनोआ लुक एब्सोल्युटली टूथलेस इन अटैक गाइस. आई एम सॉरी, आई नो अजय भाई कोलंबो
Yeah,
इज
yeah.
योर अजय भाई एफसी प्लेयर, बट आई एम
हम्म,
सॉरी ही इज गेटिंग ट्रोल्ड. मैं जेनोआ, मैंने सिर्फ एक बार ना ट्विटर पे जाके लोरेंजो कोलंबो
देखा
टाइप
मैंने
किया.
देखा मैंने
जेनोआ फैंस कैनॉट, जो मीम्स बनाते हैं उस पे भाई, लाइक इट्स फनी, लाइक अगर आप ट्रांसलेट करोगे इंग्लिश में इट्स
देखा
हिलेरियस,
मैंने
बट क्या, लाइक
देखा देखा
नापोली हैज
देखा
टू विन दिस.
नापोली
नापोली,
नापोली विन 3-0 कंफर्टेबल विन.
या फेयर इनफ. क्या क्या बोलता है मित्तुल, क्या बोलता है
Same. Genoa is struggling to score from open play. They can't score 3-0.
मित्तुल, सॉरी चंदन भाई.
Same. I think they'll win by a decent margin. Yeah, De Bruyne and Hoyland का partnership अच्छा लग रहा है.
या
Good to see
या
that. Good to see them giving each other like assist or strike. So yeah,
या
but by the way, the first goal, I think was against Sporting was quite good. Like it's a very
या
good
Yeah,
goal, good run by Hoyland.
या
So I just hope he does well over
good
here.
ball also. Good ball by KDB.
Yeah.
Nice.
So KDB is
या
KDB. So yeah, amazing. I only
या
think I just hope McTominay thoda for Napoli's sake gets something to do, something to play because he's looking off
या
color. MVP tha. So but yeah, in short, Napoli winning this.
fair. I think Napoli win. There is no, like, with such a toothless attack, I cannot see Genoa doing much, unfortunately. And guys, I think this is obviously the Serie A match day before the international break. Quickly, guys, one last thing we'll look at is the Azzurri call-ups. Quickly, we won't delve too much into it because Azzurri के
Yeah.
बारे में I'm sure stream होगी बात करने के लिए. But Azzurri की call-ups में quickly बात करना चाहता हूँ because
Can
list आ
I
गई है.
can I just say one thing?
हाँ.
The Lord who got the assist in the Euro 2020 final is back.
Yes,
The
Brian
Lord, the
Cristante.
King of North London, first of
No,
his
man.
name, leader of men, Sir
This
Brian Cristante is back.
insane. But guys, yeah, these are the call-ups very quickly. Karneseki, Donnarumma, Merit, Vicario in goal. Your defense has Bastoni, Calafiori, Coppola, Di Marco, Udogi. Of course, Gabia also got his call-up, by the way. Midfield में obviously जैसा जब मैंने बोला, Lord Sir Brian Cristante is back. Nicolosi Caviglia is called, which I feel is a more deserved call-up Chintan than someone like a
Yeah.
Fabian. But I still feel, obviously, and look, I know people will say Samuel Ricci, but I guess when you don't play, it's hard to get a call up, right? And it's
हाँ yeah, वही Samuel Ritchie was
Yeah,
ऊपर
fair.
yeah,
चांस ही नहीं था.
and again
See,
in attack,
for yourself in this midfield, who would you drop for him? Na? एक बार को अगर आप सोचो,
exactly,
just for the
agreed.
details
Like
कि यार Ricky है, तो
the only swappable spots are Cristante and Nicolosi Caviglia, like basically, बाकी तुम हटा ही नहीं सकते इधर से,
yeah,
because
definitely.
everybody adds their own dynamic otherwise. And to attack, I mean, now this is where Chintan Bhai and Ajay Bhai will delve into it, but quickly just the names. Retegi obviously deserves to be there. Politano, Raspadori, Keane, Orsolini, Pio Esposito, Cambiagi, Zakani. Let's start a bit of discussion and quickly wrap this. I think the biggest talking point here is Cambiagi in attack because his performances for Bologna are also very average. Injuries have ruined his career. So was supposed to be a very talented player, and I don't know how he's gotten called up. Any thoughts on that? I don't know on what basis he's gotten a call up. क्या बोलते हो?
No idea, man. Gattuso is just experimenting, obviously. Just trying to give everyone a call up at this point of time. But for me, Param, I want to see जो top two है, Moise Kean and Retegi का. That has to be there. That has to be the starting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Both of them have to start. उसके बाद में you can alternate, but like because you have seen that वो जो front two है is giving results to Italy, you know, and defensively थोड़ा fragile लग रही है, लेकिन at least attack में they're outscoring all these
Yeah.
teams. So for me that is essential कि Retegi and Keane start. बाकी तो ठीक है. I think Gattuso काफी vibes वाला coach है, tactical coach कम है comparatively. He gets the vibes. I don't care Param as long as Italy just outscore and get 6 points in those fixtures. बस उतना ही चाहिए और कुछ नहीं चाहिए मुझे.
मेरे को तो थोड़ा
Fair.
मिडफील्ड आई फील आई एम वरिंग फॉर द मिडफील्ड थोड़ा थिन लग रहा है. आई नो टोनाली, Barella and Locatelli are going to start. That on paper is a very strong midfield. These three
Yeah.
different profiles. but I guess of course they're not going to play 180
Yeah.
minutes. So AK again, Fratesi for Italy is another player only. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little thin on the midfield, but I have a lot of hopes on Politano. Politano has been doing pretty decent for Napoli also. I think Politano, पता नहीं, but Orsolini, yeah. So these guys are good. Yeah, defense बुरा तो नहीं है. I don't know why they concede so much. I don't know how, but the defense is not bad at all. If you go to see even this lineup, they're not bad
Yeah.
defenders,
Yeah.
but they have like they
Or
have
like,
like they have like look at the profiles. They have a Bastoni, a Calafiori. Calafiori थोड़ा flair वाला attacking player. Bastoni proper centre back. Gabbia again no nonsense old school centre back. And Mancini no nonsense guy. Udoji is an attacking player. Cambia so pretty मेरे को तो midfield का problem लग रहा है. Other than the top three, it looks difficult. But yeah, I think 6 points are important right now.
agreed, agreed. And again, for those who have not checked Italy's fixtures, Italy will play Estonia away on 12th October IST, that is 12:15 a.m. And then Israel at home again 15th October, that is. So yeah, that
इसराइल
is
का क्या
बोला है.
हुआ कुछ any news on Israel परम?
ले बात ही नहीं करना है मेरे को, बट या
Parav,
लाइक आई मीन
Parav,
हाँ.
I want Gianluca Mancini to start against Israel. I just want to see something.
I know what the reason behind is that is, but let's not get into like ये political इस पे नहीं आते. But Chintan bhai, to answer your question without any other implication, no news. Something honestly should have happened, but nothing has happened. Of course, that is what I will say. इसके अलावा कुछ नहीं बोलूंगा. उसके कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है. Like होने वाला था ऐसा लग रहा था, but कुछ नहीं हुआ. Whatever it is, I mean, it is what it is. क्या ही बोल सकते. You know how UEFA works, Chintan bhai, at this rate, right? So
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
surprised.
yeah.
I'm not surprised. Whatever. But yeah, I think just quick predictions, guys. Italy 6 points out of 6 in the coming two games, or do you guys have any doubts? Starting with Mithul,
6 points. 6 points.
6 points. Ajay bhai, sorry, that was you. 6 points. Mithul, क्या बोलता है? अच्छा, Mithul is not here. Sorry, I didn't see that. My bad. Chintan bhai, क्या बोलता हो?
6 points. I think nothing less than 6 points. चाहिए 6 points वो मैं बोल सकता हूँ, but I think हो जाएगा. Milan will get Italy will get 6 points.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I cannot see like Gattuso, जैसे आप दोनों ने rightly बोला कि tactically अभी भी इटली को solidify होना बाकी है, especially defense. चिंतन में it is crazy that yeah, you guys are leaking so many goals, but he's a vibes coach and whatever it is, I feel in the short run at least थोड़ा तो निकलेगा वो old school approach से, थोड़ा kind of route one
Just
type.
just outscore your opponent. Simple.
Yeah,
एकदम और कुछ नहीं.
yeah, like yeah,
Chiesa,
exactly.
जो अभी जब Chiesa is injured. That's the
Yeah.
reason why he's not being called up.
Yeah. But guys, sorry, like again, I want to end certain conversations, but what do you guys make of the way Slot kind of talks about Chiesa? It's a bit, do you guys find it concerning as Azzurri fans? Because like there is no outright praise ever. There is no, it doesn't feel like he kind of fully appreciates the guy. Like especially like even Liverpool fans have now started getting tired of it. Like उसको उस दिन drop किया. Like there's no proper reasoning behind it. Chintan भाई क्या बोलते हो?
यार मतलब सी यार मेरे को नहीं आई डोंट थिंक उसको चाहिए भी था वो प्लेयर आई डोंट थिंक ही
हाँ.
वांटेड हिम इन द स्क्वाड आल्सो एंड समटाइम्स
Yes.
यू नो हाउ दीस मैनेजर्स आर बॉयज लाइक दे आर
Yeah.
वेरी स्टबर्न उनका एक अप्रोच रहता है मेरे को नहीं चाहिए क्यों अरे यार यू जस्ट गो लाइक तुम लोगों को याद है दिस गाय डिड नॉट वांट शेवचेंको मोरिनो
Yeah.
एंड दैट टाइम ही वन बैलन डॉर सो मतलब
Yeah.
आई थिंक ऐसा होता है सो आई थिंक इज वेरी क्लियर अबाउट इट बट पता नहीं यार आई सी नॉट दैट ही इज गॉट दैट मच चांसेस टू प्रूव उसका पहला आधा सीजन तो फिटनेस में चला गया था बिकॉज द जो इंटेंसिटी चाहिए था ही कुड नॉट डिलीवर दैट सो आई डोंट ब्लेम हिम बट यार नथिंग टू आई वुड नॉट बी वरीड ही इज स्कोरिंग गोल्स आल्सो नाउ so
Yeah.
I would not be that
Yeah.
worried about it to be honest.
Yeah. Same with me, Param. I think जो चंदन ने बोला सही है. Slot did not want him. Liverpool's board wanted him. So it's a board signing than a manager signing. So वो थोड़ा है. But Chiesa has responded in the best way that he can by scoring goals, clutch goals. Remember, ये clutch goals है that has saved Liverpool on many occasions. So I'm quite happy that Chiesa has been able to do that. But I think for him, he needs to move out of Liverpool to get regular football. He needs to come back to Serie A. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
like this is
Say with
by
the
the way,
follow.
this is
I would take him, Param. I would take him at Roma. Hands down.
Wow. Yeah, wow. See, this is not, by the way, if anybody misinterprets this is nothing against Liverpool or nothing against Slot. It's just that some of the comments, Ajay, have been like bizarre given the performances by Chiesa, right? And it's like what else does he need to do, और क्या कर सकता है बंदा to get that confirmed spot,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Also, by the way, we are just about to wrap up the stream. एक चीज ये स्टेडियम का जो issue or whatever has happened, right? Developments for the Giuseppe Meazza San Siro, whatever you want to call it. Me and Chindan Bhai will be making a video on this because I know people read about this news, Ajay bhai, but still there are a lot of misconceptions कि क्या हुआ, क्या हो रहा है सालों से, what has been happening, and finally what development has taken place. Both Milan clubs have bought the stadium, bought the land around it, and yes, it's looking positive, but obviously there will be obstacles. So me and Chintan bhai will be making a video. See, again, just one quick misconception. This is not renovation, by the way. This is not renovation. सैन सीरो कैनॉट बी रेनोवेटेड. वो लोग धीरे धीरे डिमोलिश करके जहां पर पार्किंग एरिया है, राइट अजय, वहां पर नया स्टेडियम बनेगा और सैन सीरो बाद में डिमोलिश हो जाएगा. बेसिकली दैट इज व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन. दैट्स द प्लान. लेट्स सी वेदर इट हैपेंस और नॉट. एंड या सो
इटली में कैसा सब चलता है. द रेड टेप इज मैड.
एग्जैक्टली
बहुत समय लगता है.
एग्जैक्टली. और अगर आप फाइनल वोटिंग का नंबर्स देखो अजय भाई, 24 people फॉर द सेल एंड 20 people अगेंस्ट एंड 2 people डिड नॉट वोट. सो इट वाज वेरी क्लोज.
वेरी
It was
क्लोज,
very
वेरी
close.
क्लोज.
अगर वो 2 people भी ना बोलते, it would have been 24-22. So yeah,
Yeah.
insane. Like, so me and Chintan will be making a video on this uh, as both fans of both Milanese clubs. Yes, 10% will stay, but honestly, that's because they made it mandatory, right? वो second year demolish नहीं करना है, कुछ तो historic side रखना है. So it's not really renovation; it's proper new stadium, right? So Ajay, any closing thoughts? Any closing thoughts from you? Any closing thoughts? Anything you want to
सेरिया
say?
का ब्रॉडकास्ट अब तक हुआ नहीं है दोस्तों.
हाँ, बोला.
ऑफिशियल नहीं हुआ अभी तक. बट
Yeah.
देखते क्या होता है. कुछ खबर मिलेगा तो हम ऑब्वियसली बताएंगे. तब तक अगर आप लोग अपने व्हाट्सएप कम्युनिटी पे जुड़े नहीं हो तो आ जाओ,
I
जुड़
don't
जाओ.
have the
पर
link.
अपना लिंक मेरे पास
I'm
में भी
not-
लिंक नहीं है. बट
Are you
अपने
are
प्रोफाइल
you
में है.
logged on to WhatsApp, Chintan by any chance? Are you logged in?
No, I'm not.
अरे.
बट अपने प्रोफाइल में है तो अपने इंस्टाग्राम में आप जा सकते हो. कैल्चो चर्चा वहां
Yeah.
पे व्हाट्सएप कम्युनिटी है. यू कैन go over there and get redirected to the WhatsApp community.
Definitely.
अगर
Yeah, please.
नहीं होता है तो जस्ट एक डीएम कर लो कैल्चो चर्चा पे. तो इंस्टाग्राम पे तो हम लोग को लिंक दे देंगे. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
Done. Chintan, any closing thoughts?
Nothing was. Keep supporting us. Your love is very important. यार बहुत support मिल रहा है हमको. So please giving your support, guys. Serie A needs it. We need it to help us grow. Nothing else.
Yeah. And again, we'll touch upon this in the next live on the Lazio thing and everything. I've taken a screenshot of your comments, so definitely. And yeah, I think closing thoughts, not much to say. Looking forward to Calcio as always. आज अभी देखूंगा बैठ के Hellas Sassuolo 10 मिनट पे. And this is funny, Chintan bhai, we all don't like Sassuolo for beating our ass in the Serie A, and then they're facing
Yeah.
Hellas Verona, जो भी हमें भी पसंद भी नहीं है. तो किसके लिए किसको सपोर्ट करे वो समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. दोनों को हेट वॉच करना पड़ेगा लगता है. But no, all jokes aside, thank you guys for tuning in. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Again, it helps us a lot. We are on the road to 3K subs, so please guys get us there. Please subscribe to Ajay Bhai's channel as well. A lot of content planned on his channel. Keep an eye on a lot of collaborations to come. We will be there for the fan ball meet as well on November 2nd, right, Ajay Bhai? That is, if I'm not wrong, November 2nd.
Yeah,
November 2nd, we will be there. A lot of collabs to come, a lot of new ideas to come. I won't say anything yet, but there is something special cooking, as the kids say these days. So keep an eye on that as well, and hopefully more clubs we can partner with, and hopefully this inter partnership is fruitful as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. Apologies if we missed some of your comments. Lete rahenge. We'll figure something out where we can take more of your comments. But thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you soon, guys. Ciao.
Ciao.